Toys, 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 toys,
manly
toys, manly toys,
toys,
toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys.
And TV and movies too. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Toy Duo team. We're coming to you live every Saturday at noon to talk about all things action figures, toys related, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Marvel, DC, whatever we can get out there, comic books maybe, movies, who knows? I think we said that in the promo. TV movies too. Anyways, I just wanted to we are going to talk about some Star Wars stuff. I just wanted to give so if you see the hashtag Star Wars Podcast Day 2024, it is a celebration of 25 years of Star Wars podcasts that birthed on February 7th, 25 years ago, whatever year that was. I was already born. So supposedly that was the first ever Star Wars podcast. So we are going to do some Star Wars stuff today. If you guys
4 years old.
You were 4?
Yeah.
So we are going to do that. Want to just welcome the host. We got Rick from Left Coast Graphics. There's his YouTube channel logo. We got John from Super Awesome Geek Show.
Hello.
There's Dino from Geek Strong, who'll probably call in and interrupt the show. We got Dan.
Yeah,
He told me he was actually going to try and come on today.
He's asking for the link in the chat.
This would be the show for him too, because there's plenty of he can talk about all of his figures. We could keep making him get up to go grab something. That would be the.
We don't have to do it anyway.
Is he not in the group like on Twitter? How come he doesn't have?
He's in it. He just doesn't.
Yeah, then he's already got the link.
He doesn't know how to use social media.
I guess so.
Connor from Foolish Figures. He had a topic last week that we didn't cover because he didn't bother to come on talk about the topic that he suggested. And Sir Eric Brand is not going to be with us today. He's got family duties. So anyways, let's say hi to
diaper duties.
What? Yeah, diaper duties.
You said duty.
Duties. You got duties.
Dino's probably still buffing his car out after that accident.
I know.
I knew that explosion.
Did you say buff?
Yeah. Oh, wrong stream.
He's lucky that he lived through that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
One of the coolest things about doing a live stream, of course, is the chat. The group that joins us every week watches the show and chats along and gives us some pointers on how we're doing, and actually gives us the information on the toy news that we don't already know. So we always appreciate that. We got Super Awesome Geek Show. He jumped in first. According to this, Mr. B is saying, "Hey, John." No, you're not.
Yeah, I can't hear you though.
And then let's see, we got Rick, who's trying to jump
there
in.
You are.
Gerard Kane is saying hello to everybody. Andy has even jumped into the chat.
What?
We got.
It's in Twitter, in the Twitter group.
That's not rude at all.
David R is here saying hello. Hello, David. We got trying to go through and not miss anybody. G-Force has joined us early today. Paul Morales is here. We got Sunny Sundry saying ahoy, everybody. He's up early from down under. Let's see. Jonathan Redmond is coming in. He is our resident expert on all things toys. He probably knows more than all 4 of us put together. And we'll correct us.
He's older than all of us?
I don't know, but he's got a secret Super 7 collection that he doesn't want anybody to know about. Let's see. Connor from Foolish Figures. I couldn't make it. He's laughing because I made that comment earlier. Let's see. But he's saying hello. And then Northern Nomad. What's up, Suggers?
You're talking to John, right? John?
Yeah, maybe. Thanks for joining us. I think this is the first time I've seen Northern Nomad in the chat, so hopefully we won't disappoint. Anyways, we are we are 4 different YouTubers up here today. We all have our own channels. We all have our own style, our own opinions. Okay, one more. We're going to add Dino. This is probably the first time that he has joined us in a while. He usually tries to say, I'm not available at noon on or 3 o'clock on a Saturday because I got better stuff to do.
Hey, what's going on, man? Am I wrong side?
Wonder Twin Powers activate. It's like, you know what? Both of you look at the camera at the same time. All right. If Dino was bald, didn't wear his glasses, and had a beard, this is what he would look like, and vice
Yes,
versa.
most people were bald and had a beard.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. We'll put the hair guys with hair on the
There
bottom.
we go. There we go.
How come I
Yeah.
can't stream this
Only
on
one
my
of them is
channel?
real hair.
Does that work?
How come I
That's
can't
Gijoe
stream
still
this
has
on
his
my
hair.
channel?
It's just shaved.
Mine's not autonomous though.
No. What happened?
It's autonomous.
Was that? Oh, Dan, did you do that? Were you showing something off?
Was that? No, huh? Not me.
I think I
not
might
me.
hit that button. Anyways, team hair. Yeah, Dandy is a team hair. We are team hair. You know what? This week it was kind of sad news, right?
Definitely.
Carl Weathers passed.
Yeah.
There's some pictures of some of the action figures that he had. Well, what's your biggest memory of seeing Carl Weathers on the screen?
Well, my first memory is Predator. That scene right there where Carl and I walked up and I see Carl on the left and me on the right slapping hands. That was on the set of Predator,
Where you guys are like, that's how big your muscle was, John?
Back in the day when I was hanging out on the set of Predator.
John's like, I was the key grip. we muscled each other.
I was the stand-in for Arnold. Every time Arnold had to show off his muscles, that was really me. I was the body double.
It's gonna leave a pretty big hole in this Mandalorian series, isn't it?
I think
I
Action
think so,
Jackson
too.
was probably one of my first, besides Rocky, but Action Jackson when he had his
Action Jackson,
own movie.
Oh
So
my
I
gosh. That
mentioned that in the comments here earlier because I wanted to see if anybody else remembered. I actually knew him from that before I watched
Action
Predator.
Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that his
absolutely.
only movie where he's the star?
Man,
Not. I don't know if that's correct. He was one of the stars of Rocky. Like, not he didn't write it and produce
Right.
and direct
But I'm
and stuff
saying
like
the
that.
main character, the main star.
Yeah,
I think
like in-
Action Jackson might be the only one.
the lead.
Yeah, he was a lead in a couple other movies, but they weren't. I think as big. Action Jackson was kind of a bigger movie.
That
I
was
guess
his
when it
like
comes to it.
breakout where they were trying to make him his own action
Yeah.
star, I think, right? Like
Yeah.
I remember that movie, and I always think this was like the funniest part of the whole movie was, there was the romance in the film was with Vanity, right?
Oh, was
And-
it Vanity?
Yeah, and like I remember she had some substance abuse issues or something through the movie, and I think at one point he told her like, "Oh, well, we can't be together because of this" or something like that. And in the last scene, like 5 minutes after being rescued, I'm fine. I was like, what?
Yeah, my introduction would have been Rocky 1, and then Rocky 3 would be one of my favorite movies of all time. He's just one of those pop culture iconic characters. Again, I'm throwing it to the Apollo Creed character
Right.
by Carl Weathers that it stuck to me. It was part of my family, whether we were going to the drive-ins or years down the road, watching the VHS tapes over and over. Yeah, man, like it's a terrible loss. He's done a lot of work. I'm sure he has a lot of other upcoming work. He was also like Combat Carl in Toy Story, which he was like a little, kind of army kind of character. He did the voice of that. Some of the modern kind of comedy shows, Happy Gilmore, the one-handed golfer guy, like just so many of these roles were, I'm not gonna say they were created for him, but they were made with him in mind. And if you see some of the, other celebrities and friends of his tributes rolling out over the past 2 days, between, Stallone and, Gina Carano and Pedro and all these other different people, it made me feel good. And then today I saw someone shared a little clip of him as Grief Karga, asking Yoda to do the little handy thing, the Grogu. And it was just one of the more fun moments in all of the modern day Disney Plus Star Wars. And that was him, man. That was, he brought that to, at the time, the small screen. It's a shame chances are we won't see him on the big screen and upcoming Mando stuff now, because I don't think anything's, they saved any clips. But I'm hoping he maybe makes an appearance in the Skeleton Crew, which is in the same universe. And, he kind of introduced us to some of those pirate characters in that last series of Mando. So you never know, like little wishful thinking of me and being a little selfish. I just hope there's a little more stuff that we can maybe see him in, or whether it's documentaries or, the best of. I'm looking forward to seeing that stuff now, as well as watching Rocky 1 to 4 this weekend. That's on my menu.
Right.
I'm trying to see if they actually made an Action Jackson figure, because back in the day they made
I
figures
didn't
for
see an
everything.
Action Jackson figure, and that
They made a
Predator
Combat Carl.
that figure from the Predator down there, that is actually on Figure Realm, so that was like a custom job.
Yeah,
Did
that's
they
cool.
actually make a figure of his character from Predator?
They might
No,
have, because they made Schwarzenegger and
I was thinking NECA did.
I don't think they did.
I think
Having
NECA
trouble
maybe.
finding a picture of one, but I know they have a bunch of him as Apollo Creed, and like this custom is actually made from one of those, I think, Apollo Creed figures. Like there's the one where he's kind of busted up and stuff like that, the end of the fight figure. And
They had the bloody variants.
Yeah,
that was Jax, I think, or
yeah, and they even have a version of the figure where he's came in a double pack with Drago. What is it, Drago or whatever? And that looked pretty cool. But
yeah, Drago killed him in the movies, right? So like kind of end his a quadruple, not a prequel,
like
but or trilogy, but quadrology.
Yeah. Have you seen the prices of these figures though since like yesterday?
I'm actually on right now on eBay trying to find an Apollo Creed figure so I can purchase it. But
yeah, if you got an extra $200.
No, they're probably astronomical. You gotta, if you want anything related to him, you probably have to wait now for like
4 or 5 months
couple
or something.
weeks or so.
Just don't go on eBay. Search anywhere else, like your local stores.
Your local comic book shop
will charge you a third of what eBay is.
They have one for $35 or best offer right now.
Oh, we'll make him an offer and see if you get a response before the end of the show.
But he's got no shorts.
Just buy it, because they probably forgot to change the price or don't know what's going on.
He doesn't have any shorts. I don't think I can buy a nude Apollo Creed figure.
You could
feel comfortable about it.
You could. You know what? I've seen you make stuff. I bet you can make your own shorts.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to see some young Carl Weathers, did you know he was in an episode of The $6 Million Man? Canon.
Oh, really?
And Kung Fu. Yeah, according to IMDb, he's got listings in both all those series.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got a lot of listings. I was looking at it earlier today.
Yeah, pretty amazing career that guy had.
We will miss him.
All right. So, darn it. Hold on. I was gonna.
Yeah, thanks for depressing everybody, Ron. Right off.
I know, right? Okay. Sorry, everybody.
I'm glad you brought it up, man. He shouldn't be depressing. I think
yeah, he's been in a lot of shows. I think he's had a great career. I mean, we have a lot of like shows and movies that we can go back and watch with him in it and stuff like that. I think it's unfortunate his passing and stuff like that. My condolences to the family and friends and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Big fans of the show.
Yeah. So,
but I think it's fun just to to see how much of an impact he had on our lives, even though he may not have been a lead character in all the movies, but he had such a great career and just impacted all of us so much.
Yeah, it's so recognizable, right? Immediately.
Yeah.
You know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that it's almost the same as just seeing Ford as Indiana Jones or whatever. You see those guys, and this Carl Weathers is just so recognizable. I bet even just seeing a silhouette or like his arm muscle, you recognize immediately who he is.
Yeah. Hey, Gary.
Gary. All right. I want to do the creator spotlight. Each week we try to find somebody out there who's not super high in the
not super high
like that. But this week I actually grabbed the action figure junkie from Twitter. I don't think we've ever spotlighted anybody from Twitter before. Let me see if I can get his.
You mean X? I don't know what Twitter is.
You do know what Twitter is. Darn it.
I'm only 29.
You're only 29. All right, Action Figure Junkie on Twitter. He also has a YouTube channel. But I wanted to point out some of the photos that he's been posting. I thought this one on the right, his X-Men one, that's pinned. I really like this one with the Joes here. There's like, I like the use of the smoke effects and stuff like that. So this is a combination of some sort of digital editing and some practical explosions and stuff like that. I did another page just to show these. I thought that one of Stalker there looks really cool, and this one with the Hiss tank in the background I think looks awesome. I love the way that like Shipwreck is sitting there like just waiting, like, okay, here we go. Like he's really getting ready. But anyways, if you guys are not following the Action Figure Junkie, give him a follow on X, I guess, Twitter. I'm never.
Say he's on YouTube as well. So
yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. You can follow him on YouTube.
Do all the stuff. Follow all the stuff.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch some of these guys make the photos? Like they'll.
Absolutely, yeah.
I saw the one guy who had like he's got a quick. I don't know what you call it, but a camera that you can set up to take photos in a session, like really quick ones.
Yeah.
And he'll actually light like a firecracker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
just out.
Thousands of guys doing that now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and these little things blow up as he's taking the pictures, and then you look at them all on your thing and crop them, and make it. You just like pick the best one. You know what I mean?
That's not a bad idea for points of articulation homework challenge.
Or they put them in the water. Like you can get like an You can get like one of those. You can get one of those fireworks that are waterproof, and you put it in the water, and then it'll splash the drips. It'll splash the drips across the.
Come on!
I like that better than people.
Or
I was actually looking him up. Sorry, I was looking him up on Instagram, and I clicked on.
I'm just messing with you. Hey, so John, I got to interrupt you there. I probably live in the only state in the United States where you cannot go buy any of those things you were talking about.
Is that Alaska?
You don't have water? What's wrong with
fireworks. You can't. Fireworks.
We have a fireworks store right down the street.
Yeah,
we do.
Here,
like all year round?
Yeah, we do. Florida does because they're always blowing stuff up in Florida.
We literally have fireworks open here for like 3 days at certain locations in certain designated cities, and the rules are much stronger than what they used to be.
Hey, welcome to the show. I don't think I've seen Figure Fever in here before. Hello.
Hey, Figure Fever. Good to see you, man.
So fireworks out here, you light one off, and the next thing you got a forest fire.
Oh, sure you do.
Or a wild.
That's probably true though, where you live. Yeah.
Well, and it probably causes reproductive toxicity, and is known to the state of California to cause cancer.
Into the water table. The next thing
stops
you know,
your hair.
Like
Fireworks stops your hair from growing.
Yeah. We don't get to do very much out here.
Vern, you can just drive to New Hampshire to get fireworks.
You know what's interesting?
Near Dino.
Yeah, that's still bringing them back across state lines. I think is the problem, right?
Is that where you are, Dino? Not to dox you, but is that your state?
What state are you saying? I wasn't paying attention to you.
Well, I want to hear you say it because I like your accent.
He's not
from New Hampshire.
Yeah,
that's not even close to here. How would I go over there to get them?
Come on, Vern, you got a fast car.
I say car. Is car okay? Is my accent? Car.
It's on the border. How can you not have fireworks? Well, the problem is you cannot bring them across.
Right.
Can you light them across, like from one side?
No, you can't.
Yeah, can you light them in Mexico and have them fly over?
Yeah.
Do they shoot them down?
Yeah. How are they going to stop that?
I didn't do it.
I can't.
It can be done.
I can't control where it's going.
Did you know that there was a big fence built out here? It stops everything.
Would they consider that like you're shooting missiles over the country line? Like that's like an act of war?
Is that different than the dome that's over Earth, the flat Earth?
The dome. Why would you put a dome over a flat planet?
To protect it so you can't get out.
It's like a snow globe.
Take your picture.
Well, all Elon's rockets keep
there you go. That's a good
off
idea.
The dome.
The Millennium Falcon, there's a secret compartment. That's what Bet's saying. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right. Let's see. So we are celebrating 25 years of Star Wars podcast with our special Star Wars Podcast Day episode. So I am going to start off by just asking you guys a couple of Star Wars questions and seeing how well you do on them. Okay, is everybody ready? No, this is not trivia. This is a misspelling. It's supposed to say or show. If you were in a Star Wars movie or show.
What is this, the Junkman channel where we spell stuff wrong?
This is a bad spelling channel. What would your character be? Please describe your character. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying. Like, are you a good guy, bad guy, Jedi, like trooper? Are you some sort of a sword wielder, blaster powered? Are you
just hang out in a cantina,
a Jack Black character? Are you
drink
like
all day and harass young
creature
young
in the
people?
back? Yeah, are you the new like let me ask Rick. Rick, if they said, "Hey, we want you to be in season 18 of The Mandalorian. What do you want to play?" Would you say, "Oh, Hammerhead"?
Only if I could keep the beard, like because that's part of my contract.
Well, if you were playing Hammerhead, they'd put a big helmet on you, right? Like,
yeah, but they could add a beard to Hammerhead.
Oh, to the Hammerhead.
You gotta have an elastic band in it, though. You gotta tie it off.
Braid it like Viking style.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be like Star Wars, a Hammerhead story, and it would be how he's the greatest character in all Star Wars lore. And in the
I like how it's
finale of the trilogy of it's Hammerhead.
Somebody we've never heard of, but is the greatest character.
Three parts because he's so massive and so great. But in the finale of the trilogy, he does eventually. He's the one who kills Ahsoka. So it all works out in the end.
I like how in Rick's mind,
I've already started the custom action figure.
Hammerhead, a Star Wars story. It's actually Star Wars, a Hammerhead.
I'll put it over on Dino's screen.
I probably have it. That's cool, man.
Is that a robe on a Hammerhead?
This is just that new Boba robe on a Hammerhead figure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Hammerhead.
Can he hold a lightsaber? He had a gun, right?
Yeah.
But could he hold a lightsaber?
All right,
John,
he can hold anything. He's like the only Kenner action figure who can actually hold anything. And
I think hot glue.
Hot glue too
will help. Yeah.
Qui-Gon John, what would your character be?
Well, let's see. I would be a badass smuggler who was bringing all the new wooden stormtrooper toys to all the boys and girls, and because of big scalpers in the universe that were doing all this bad stuff, so I'd have a big, smuggling compartment to bring them in for free.
Are those toy scalpers? Are they at Disneyland called Disneyland Resort?
So you would be the rogue smuggler, Kris Kringle.
There you go.
All right,
and I would have a lightsaber and a blaster.
Okay.
Even if I couldn't use the Force, I would be, Dan,
and also my Hammerhead, he would also be a space pimp. Just for fun, because he needs to hang. Dino said he hangs out in the cantinas all the time, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Dan, do you have a character
I don't drink.
you would want to play?
I'd definitely be a one episode extra that gets killed. Probably a blaster death would be my guess.
So would you want your face shown, or would you be like unnamed stormtrooper?
Oh, I'd have to have cosmetics. Yeah.
Would you do the Wilhelm scream when you die?
I would absolutely do.
Yeah.
All right, Dino, you got a character?
Yeah,
I thought he said he's a male stripper for Jabba.
Yeah.
Oh, so you would be dancing in the little throne room.
It's possible.
Would you be on a chain?
I would be one of the bouncers in Jabba's palace.
Would you be on? You would be on a chain.
So you'd be dressed up as a Gamorrean guard?
Well, I would actually. I think I would be a fitness trainer to all the Jedi.
Let's see. Jonathan says he'd be a guy in the cantina who briefly looks up, then goes back to doing something more interesting.
But he would get an action figure.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if I would want to be like the cleaner, you know what I mean? Like
you'd be the hairstylist.
Yeah, like where the guy gets his arm chopped off. I'd be the guy who'd come in and get all the parts and wheel them out and
sweep it.
Yeah,
you could be the guard between Star Wars and Star Trek. Like you check everyone's ID when they switch universe.
Oh, I could do that. I could do that at the Yeah.
I think you'd be the one that making all the Jedi braids, all the Padawan braids,
or maybe like
the hair.
the Bionics guy, like the guy who makes all the mods.
Yeah.
Just because you brought up the Jedi braids, I don't know. Like, I watched all the cartoons, and I don't know the lore, but I know what I drew. What is this?
It's a little thing that just hangs down.
But is it not a Jedi braid?
Hold on.
Is it Anakin's?
No.
Hold on.
No, she had the chain coming off of her head while she was a Padawan.
No,
she's got no hair that I know of.
When she was
she had a little chain. She had a little chain coming down.
The Jedi training, she had to kill all the other Padawans of her same. So that is like the hair lock of the last one she killed.
Okay, because I was thinking, was there an episode where Anakin like, here's my hair?
You never watched Clone Wars.
I don't remember that one.
No.
I wondered that because there was the braid is a Jedi Padawan thing, and if you don't have hair, then what's up?
She had a little chain. I'm trying to tell you what she had.
Well,
she had a little chain that hung off.
Is that it on her belt?
No, it hung off her head. It hung off her head.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it on her belt now? Is what I mean.
That's not the chain. That's a little strap. It was actually a little like a chain, a metal chain. I'm telling you.
All right, boys, no fighting.
You drew it.
Yeah.
You drew it. What did you draw? When you were drawing it, what did you imagine?
It looks like a Jedi Padawan braid. It's a rope with beads on it.
All right.
So that's how I drew it, like a line with circles stacked on top of it in a cream.
Yeah, there was a couple of
pretty
beads on the
boring Star Wars
chain.
characters. I mean, with all of Star Wars, I didn't hear one exciting thing. A toy smuggler.
What are you talking about? None of
a hammerhead with a beard, a belly dancer, the guy who gets like taken out pretty quickly.
Yeah, but how many boob belly dancer?
All right. Anyways, what is your favorite Star Wars film?
Oh,
go ahead.
Hammerhead, a Star Wars trilogy. No, I mean Empire Strikes Back, of course, because I'm
all right. So you like Empire Strikes Back, and what about it would you change?
I would put Hammerhead in it.
All right.
Just saying.
So Hammerhead's your favorite character. He was not in your favorite Star Wars movie. That just seems weird to me.
I don't think Hammerhead's my favorite character. My favorite character would actually be Chewbacca.
Oh,
but as far as the action figures and all that stuff, always one of my favorite toys as a kid.
Why is Chewbacca your favorite? See if it's the same answer as me.
Just because he's like a Bigfoot, but he's like realistic in a way. Like, not that there is a Chewbacca out there, but it was so well portrayed. It was so well portrayed, and when I eventually met the actor, when I eventually met Peter Mayhew, and I saw like his eyes
in the world,
how was people talking when I'm talking?
That's pretty realistic.
Are you still talking? Because this means a lot to me too. Like when I met Peter Mayhew and I saw his eyes, I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Like he is Chewbacca. Like you didn't see Darth Vader's eyes or things like that, but you see the real Peter Mayhew's eyes and behind the hair and the makeup. And yeah, I've never seen that in any other movie franchise TV where the actors, you see the actor behind the crazy amount of makeup and costume and stuff. And nowadays it's a lot of CGI stuff. Like they'll take the actor and put him in Avatar or, similar things like that. But
all of Star Trek and Babylon 5 were that way. You saw the actor's face behind
love Star Trek because I'm not a nerd. I'm just a geek.
Vern, we don't show toys on this stream.
But yeah, Chewbacca, because he's so lovable, Dino. Like he's the one character like you literally want to hug. I'm sure there's lots you want to hug, but he'll hug you back. Kind of thing. Like that's
pretty cool. I like that story, Rick.
Go Chewie.
Okay, Dino, favorite Star Wars movie?
I want to say Empire. Also, because it's a perfect movie, and I wouldn't change anything about it. I love the fact that it left you wanting more. There was no ending to Empire. You wanted more, and when they were just looking out the window and seeing the Millennium Falcon taking off, you were like, okay, what's coming next? And then the credits come up, and you were like, I get a, you know, it was a perfect movie, so I wouldn't change anything about it.
Okay.
But I think original Star Wars, I have probably more memories about it, seeing it at the drive-in with the family, you know, just little memories. So
Sure.
even though I love Empire, I think Star Wars is probably my favorite because of that.
All right.
But I have to say,
was our
with
intro,
Return of the
right?
Jedi, no.
You can name 3. John, what's your favorite?
Jedi was good too. though.
I think terms of endearment was probably the best. Oh crap!
By
Wait
far.
a minute. Sorry. Yeah, it's The Empire Strikes Back. Of course it is.
All right.
If I were to change anything, I would change that line back, because in the original one, I think he said, "Let me get the shelter up," and then or it's shelter built, and in the new one he says, "Let me get the shelter up." When he cuts the tauntaun open,
Yeah.
this will keep you warm till
So
I get the shelter built.
It's just like little changes. Why did
They
make
changed
them?
it till I get the shelter up. Like, why? Why change the line?
I didn't even know they changed that,
I
really.
get it.
Yeah, I knew it the first time I watched the special edition.
And I can't believe they actually made a toy of an open belly tauntaun.
Yeah, that was
that's
really
And that they
cool.
did back in the 70s, or 80s.
Yeah, they did it back
yeah,
in the 80s.
yeah.
Dan, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, it's got to be Return of the Jedi, man.
Would you?
I would
change
add
anything about it?
McClunky to it. You would have to add McClunky to every Star Wars movie now.
Is there anything about that movie you changed?
Yeah, no
would change.
Ewoks.
What?
That I would change?
Yes.
Yes, maybe. No. Nah.
Jedi had some of the best creatures and aliens and beasts.
You
and
go back
stuff.
to the original dance scene. The original song and dance scene in Jabba was better than the new one.
100%.
Oh, absolutely. That's
For
100%.
the Return of the Jedi, I wish they would go back to the original Ghost.
Ewok song
the,
too.
The
and the
original
band
Ghost
and
at the
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
I think that since Anakin was reborn as a Jedi right before he died, that's how he should be seen, not as the younger Anakin. But
And the
that's-
other
And
thing
plus,
in
Luke
Jedi
would have
they-
no clue who he's looking at.
right.
Looks
The
like,
other
who the
thing in
hell's that
Jedi-
guy with you guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
My
They
favorite
changed
is
it.
A New Hope, and mostly because of all the memories I have seeing that in the theater for the first time. Just blew me away. And then I remember having that 8mm little clip thing that we got at like
Yeah.
Kmart, you
Yeah.
know, with some of the scenes from it. I
Movie
remember
viewer.
rewatching
The
and
movie viewer.
rewatching and rewatching. And I remember when
Yeah.
it came out on VHS, I remember like just watching it all the time. And I think it is, I know Empire Strikes Back is like a really good flowing movie. It had a lot of excitement in it and stuff like that. But for some reason, The New Hope just, I almost feel like it's the perfect movie.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would change though is I wish, have you seen this updated fight scene between Obi-Wan Kenobi and like Darth Vader?
Yeah, that's a cool
I
scene.
wish that at that time they had a better, basically a fight
Oh,
scene.
like the fan remake of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool to
Yeah,
see
so
that.
it
I'm
looks
cool.
happy for that kind of stuff.
So,
And
so
I really wish that the scenes with Cammy and Fixer,
yeah.
when he meets Biggs, when Biggs shows up for the first time, were in better quality so that they could add them to the film. Because
The
Yeah.
deleted scenes,
Probably.
yeah.
I
think
like
I would-
those scenes, but they're
The reason why I was showing this off when you were talking about Chewbacca, because it's actually from the Peter Mayhew Foundation. It was
Yeah,
one of
I
the
collect
coins-
those. I've
Yeah.
got a few of them.
Yeah, so it was
Oh,
one
that's
of the
cool.
coins that they had given away when I don't know, 1 year or whatever. I can't remember.
You said you're giving that away? Is that
They
for
did.
channel
They
members?
They did.
No, I thought I heard you say you're giving that away to channel members.
Maybe one day because I have an extra one.
Oh, do you really?
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Separate of the Ewok celebration at the end of Jedi, the one big change that shook me up was seeing Wicket blink, and it didn't make it
Yeah.
worse. It was just like I've seen this 100 times,
Yeah.
and now in the 101st time, now he's blinking like so it was weird, but I mean,
yeah.
I get it.
I have to
It's
admit
like he
that
was looking for things to just add, like, oh, I got
I
to
did-
add
yeah,
something
the
every
special
5
features-
minutes, or it's a waste of money. I don't know, but so I get it. It's his baby. He can do it what he wants. We still.
I thought
Jedi is my worst.
We'll
I thought
watch
that the special features updates, I thought that the updates he should have just concentrated more on like the space battles and adding the ships and the realism in space. That's what he should have concentrated more on. Some of the stuff like in Tatooine where like you added like the creatures outside, and
that was cool. Like adding
it was, but it wasn't necessary.
Cool, but changing the dance scene with those dancers and adding in the 3 new band members.
Adding that screaming guy. Oh,
yeah, like they actually changed that.
Like, why?
Scene, right?
What's he
they didn't
doing
just
there?
add it. They took away some of the stuff that was there. So
yeah.
But what I hope in our lifetime, hard copy or Disney Plus, whatever, they just release those original cuts somehow.
I have them on DVD.
No, but like real, like legal ones.
Yeah. Did you?
No, I have a legal one.
The only legal ones we have are VHS.
Hold on.
No, I have a legal one on DVD. I have a legal
DVD. I have it on
released
DVD.
I have Laserdisc.
Do you want me to go get it?
Ever
You want me to
see
get it?
that full 4K high definition cut of A New Hope that those guys did, where they went and found a bunch of copies of the original Star Wars? I don't know what's going on, but anyways.
We planned this in advance for at 36 minutes in the stream. We're all just going to poke our heads off screen.
Oh, that's fine. Why do I do that all the time?
We're not that intelligent, man. Come on.
Oh, so like these guys had taken like these original prints of Star Wars: A New Hope. They found a few of them. They cleaned them up as best they could. They scanned every frame and they made a full high definition version of the original New Hope. The way it was screened the first time in the theater, and then they had it on the internet for a while. Did you guys ever see that?
If you look right here, it says on disc number 2, it says original uncut 1977 theater release.
Yes, but that's
right
just
there.
a DVD, right? It's not a 4K.
That's
no, it is. It's a DVD. Yeah, correct.
It's not 4K.
So that's what I meant. Like the highest res that's been around for 15 years now.
There is a version of Star Wars that this group did where they scan this original thing and they have a 4K version.
And I do have those, but like, you know, from that.
Yeah, it would be cool to get them official releases. I agree. Even so you can just stream them, I think would be nice.
And I wonder if that's part of the agreement, you know, with the mouse and George, that are like, oh, you can't ever do that until I pass, or, you know, maybe they do have some agreement. Maybe he's like, wait 10 years and we'll make it like the 80th anniversary, or, you know, whatever. But I think we'll get it one day. Like it would be
maybe
it would, unless they don't want to actually make money one year.
Unless there's a deal with George Lucas that, I mean, my enhanced versions are the ones that you can go forward. Like there was something written. Who knows? All right, guys. What is your oldest Star Wars figure?
That would be my Blue Harvest Mark. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any of my toys from my childhood, but I remember in the early 90s, I picked up the first vintage pickup was a Wicket. So Wicket, you know, from Return of the Jedi 83 is probably my oldest figure that I picked up in the early 90s. Because I don't have any of my kids' toys.
I have my Luke Skywalker well played with his Melloway grappling hook belt with a piece of thread that I took from my mom's sewing box.
Hey, does
that looks like the original thread
fit on it?
Yes. What?
Oh, that's the belt.
Look like the original thread.
Yeah, this is the that Melloway grappling hook, and yeah, it has to be the thread that I tied on originally.
Yeah, I can tell by the way it's kind of corded like that.
That's the same. That's the same hook that went with Indiana Jones.
Yes, it was part of that survival pack. Yeah, same plastic injection mold.
Yeah,
but the Indiana Jones one, is it gray?
I think it's black.
Is it? Okay.
I think it's black. Not 100% though.
Dino doesn't have any old Star Wars figures, and neither does John.
What would be your oldest though, Dino? Your oldest?
I still have my Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, Sand Person, Walrus Man. I've got all like probably a good 20 or 30 of my original figures still.
Cool.
You bought them all on the same day?
They were all beat to hell. No, probably the oldest one is Han Solo because I have a photo of me getting that
for Christmas.
At Christmas, you know.
Is Luke the only one you have from being a kid, Vern?
No, I have all of them. The Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, my Ben Kenobi, Darth Vader.
Oh, I got my Ben Kenobi. Yeah, I've got my Ben Kenobi.
And yours are all you've recollected your vintage Star Wars, right, Dino? Or if some of it is
You
some
know
from
something? I can't remember. I don't know if those were all my originals as a kid, but I did buy them before like 95. I went to flea markets and stuff and repurchased all that before the hype came out, like before Power of the Force 2 came out. So
what do you
I
think
can't
your
remember.
oldest one that
I would say
you have in
maybe
your
Chewbacca.
collection?
What's
The
that?
one what is the one you've had the longest in your collection? You
I
think?
don't know. Probably the original, like Chewbacca and Han Solo, I'm assuming.
or any of your
Those would have been the
children?
first ones you rebought.
Yeah, that
If they weren't
Chewbacca.
from your kids. Dan, do you
Yeah.
have any Star Wars besides Black Series?
Yeah, no, I don't have any of the. I never did actually. Never
Wow.
had any of the originals. They were always they were either off my list, like out of my price range, or
Interesting. I do not have one carded figure, and I don't have one card back.
Yeah,
Quite a few
my
card
first
backs.
carded figure was probably 1983, 84, somewhere in that range. It was probably 84 when they were clearancing the Return of the Jedi, some of the Return of the Jedi carded figures before they brought out Power of the Force. I got an R2D2 with sensor scope, and we were just walking in a KB toy store, and I remember seeing
cool.
like the whole wall was Star Wars, and they were just like 25 cents each or something. And what my friends were laughing, they were like, "Nobody wants these anymore."
It's the
And I
same
was
you
like,
would
"I
think.
do, I do. I want R2D2," and I bought
in
the
like
R2D2.
the really late 80s, maybe even into the 90s, but I'm pretty sure it's the late 80s, maybe even 89, because I was living here on the left coast of Canada. I remember going into Sears and they had those the famous, rare shrink wrapped
Oh
carded
yeah, the
Star Wars
shrink wrap
figures
ones.
where they were just
Yep.
generic black card backs with
Yep.
the white Star Wars racing track, and the figure was
That's
just
the only.
shrink
That's
wrapped
the only
onto
card back that calls the AT commander
They call them
General
Veers.
Veers. It says.
But I remember
Veers
they
on it.
had
Yeah.
bins. They had bins and Sears of those, just hundreds and hundreds of them, like 50 cents,
Yeah.
75 cents, because even at retail in the late 80s, they were like, $2 or $3, $4. They weren't anything more than that. So they were clearing them out at less than $1. Like,
Yeah.
I know the old KB in the States, the KB Toys did, and maybe up into the 90s still had some, Power of the Force and, whatever the latest.
You would
Right.
see them in bins.
last
They would
made.
have like a round or a square
But
bin.
none of us were buying them.
And
Maybe
yeah,
Dino
they were
was a
just
little
thrown
bit,
in there.
but none
Yeah.
of us were like, I'm going to spend $11 and buy all 300 of these.
Yeah, we
'cause
should have,
right
but
now
none
we
of us
can-
You
did.
should have.
Yeah.
You should have.
Right now we'd be
Yeah.
like, those shrink wrap
Yeah.
things sell for $6, $7,
Hundreds.
$8,000.
All right.
Yeah.
So
And I
wanted to-
remember seeing the 3-packs at clearance too. Remember those
Yeah.
3-packs? And some of them were just thrown in there. It was just like a big giant square like bubble, and the 3 figures were rattling around in that thing. It was like, what
But I
the
was
hell?
a teenager and I was getting out of the toys when, it's weird. It's weird.
I
But
wasn't
yeah,
buying
I
Star
still
Wars
have that carded
when
R2 in my
Power of the
collection.
Force. I was buying toys when they were on clearance, the 90 and 85. I was still buying toys, but I wasn't buying Star Wars. I was, because I remember seeing them, but I wasn't
Yeah.
buying them. I was buying because it was
By
no, it was
85, I
me.
was getting G.I.
know what?
Joe and Transformers.
Dan is an enigma, actually, because a few weeks ago, Rick said that if you didn't collect Kenner Star Wars figures, you wouldn't be collecting any action figures.
In a way, I would kind of say it like that.
So,
I kinda
Dan,
said,
you are an
if
enigma.
it wasn't for Kenner action figures,
That's one way to
we
describe
wouldn't
it.
have action
I just
figures
messed. I just twisted what you
the
said.
same way we
Anyways,
would have today.
the-
Like,
The reason why I mentioned that I don't have any vintage carded Star Wars figures or cards is because my birthday is next week. In case you guys, want to pack up some carded figures and send them over to me.
can I write that down?
No.
Here, I got this.
All right. Anyways,
card
what is your biggest Star Wars figure?
Tallest?
Does that
or most
animatronic Yoda count? Because now
It could,
that's
yeah,
the biggest.
one that talks or whatever.
Because now that is the biggest Star Wars thing that I own now.
Oh yeah, the one from Home Depot, right?
Yeah.
Darn it.
Are you talking
that's
the
mine
tallest?
too. I was gonna say it was this Shogun Stormtrooper, but I got that animatronic Yoda too.
Does it have to be a figure or a Star Wars item?
Okay, Star Wars item. And I know you're gonna say the Cell Barge.
No, I
it's
actually
bigger.
have.
It has to be
I
bigger.
actually have a Tauntaun sleeping bag.
Wow.
Do you get in its belly?
Yeah, it's the zipper. The zipper is the lightsaber. So
Is
when
a
you open it
lightsaber?
up,
Oh,
the
So is there
inner
guts?
look like.
Do you have like is there like a blanket of guts that comes out the
You want to
middle?
see it?
yeah, go get
Yes,
it.
you gotta go
Yeah,
get it.
I'll get
Does
it.
it have a head on it? It's like
Yeah.
yabby, yabby, yabby,
Okay.
yabby, yabby.
Dan, that's once
What?
that we got Dino to get up to go get something.
Oh, we're drinking, right?
No,
We gotta
twice.
drink. That's right, we were
Oh,
drinking.
okay, twice.
Because he went to go get his VHS or his DVD.
Oh,
Okay,
I
here
owe
we
a
go.
second drink. Okay.
Here, can I fill the screen?
Wow.
This
Uh,
4-pack.
This
That's
jumbo
the 4-pack.
4-pack is so big that like I can't even ship it to you like if I wanted to because it would cost,
Yeah, but it's my
it'd
birthday.
take up a whole bus or an airplane. But
it's-
I don't know. That's 4-pack of jumbo figures is pretty big.
Yeah, that is big.
It's so big, it's jumbo.
Look,
It does
Dino's-
have its
You
head.
didn't
Look
need
at
to
that
get
thing.
inside of it though.
Oh my
And you
goodness.
can cut open his belly.
Can you get in there?
So look at there's his head, and look at the zipper.
Doesn't it come with guts too?
There's a lightsaber.
Nice.
So you unzip it.
All right. All right.
It does
Yeah,
have intestines. It's
Oh, look,
intestines.
you got the
The best.
intestines in there. How do you step
Oh my
inside of that thing?
He sleeps in it every night.
It's got
Legs. It's got legs.
it's got a foot and a tail.
What do you put in the tail part?
That's great.
Wow.
Now where do you store that, Dino?
It's actually on my bed.
Like right beside where your wife sleeps?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It keeps it. It's in between us both. It's a border.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So a couple of animatronics, Gentle Giant. Dan?
Well,
You
I
have-
was going to say the Tauntaun figure probably, but if we're counting, you did say item, not toys. So
Okay, yes, he changed it.
yeah, I do have a Star Wars Stormtrooper blanket.
Oh, that's nice. All right. You want to go get it?
You know what? It's probably because my
Is
wife's
the next
cat,
question my littlest?
All right.
my
I'm
wife's
just-
cat likes it just as much as I do, and it's probably cat hair.
I
Okay.
actually collect Star Wars
Hold on.
comforters.
What is this at? Oh,
I
those
think
are
he's going to his smallest Star Wars items.
Well, I'll go extreme. So I guess what is it, Anzian? Well, we know he's Babu Frick. But this custom Grogu I have is just a little bit shorter. So this will be my smallest Star Wars figure, and it's a custom.
All right. And then I got well, besides Grogu, I have the couple of Lego dudes.
Yabby.
All right. All right. Let's see. What is your favorite Star Wars figure? I think we know the answer for a couple people.
How about favorite Star Wars item?
Hammerhead. All right. Dino?
I'm not
Is
gonna lie.
it figure or item?
Figure.
I have to go with Chewbacca's my favorite. Hammerhead is definitely the.
All right. We're gonna
I don't
watch
wanna
that
say his name
video
is
where
Rick,
you said
I'm gonna go with
Hammerhead before,
Chewbacca.
but okay, go ahead.
What?
I think it's fine to change it. What about you, John? What's your favorite Star Wars figure?
I mean, quite frankly, my favorite figure has always been Hammerhead and Walrus Man as a close second. My favorite character is Yoda, but my favorite figure is a Kenner figure, and that is the Kenner Hammerhead, and the Kenner Walrus Man is a very
Is
close.
it because of the veins?
All right.
The veins in his arm?
No, it's just because I think I got Hammerhead and Walrus Man on the same day because I liked the colors.
The colors
I
of
think
those guys.
I was just
Greedo.
into those. Those colors just popped to me, and I played with them all day. The first day I got them we had a porch on the farmhouse, and my parents had put in a yellow shag carpet. So I was playing in that, and I remember I lost the weapons in the shaggy carpet. They did that. The carpet ate them up.
They're
And I
still there.
wouldn't let my
John,
mother.
right now.
I would not let my mother vacuum in there. I kept going. You can't
Oh, wow.
vacuum. It's gonna
Oh, vacuum because it's
So they're still there, you mean?
You know, they could be. Who
Could
knows?
be. Step on them. Dan, do you have a favorite Star Wars figure?
Is it G.I. Joe figure? Oh, Star Wars figure. Does it have to be one that that I have, or
No,
No,
I don't
no.
think so.
okay.
If you have a
I
favorite one.
I never found or was able to get at a reasonable aftermarket price the Jedi Knight Luke, and I want that one. That's
For
And
vintage
that's
or
in Black
modern?
Series?
yeah.
Which one? The one that was the Walmart exclusive?
The Walmart exclusive. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was only ever able to find 2 of those, and I think John has one of them.
I got one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
those
that
are
from
nice.
you, Vern?
Yeah.
Noted,
Yeah, maybe
Dan.
that was.
Yeah.
So
Definitely
my favorite figure isn't actually a vintage one, and it's not a Black Series, but it's kind of like a vintage because I was able to pick this one up. Is a Boba Fett, and I can't remember what year it was. I want to say in the early 2000s, maybe, but it's a
When they
rocket
did the
firing.
rocket.
Yeah.
When they
Yeah,
did the
I have that
rocket.
one. That
Yeah.
one's
firing
cool.
one. I really just dig this whole being able to
Yeah.
fire
lost
that
it now.
and stuff like that. No, it fell right here on my. I didn't do it towards the screen because I don't want to break my screen. But
Yeah, I was
Lost it.
this
I
is
was
kind of
going
like
through
my
all my
favorite because
retros the other day, and I pulled that out. I'm like, wait, this isn't retro. And I remembered it came in that white box. I think
Yeah.
it was a mail away of some kind.
Yeah.
So
But
now
it
I'm
came on
thinking,
card.
now I'm thinking I don't even need to keep my more modern retro Boba Fett. Like I will, but I mean, but I do like that one better because it
Yes.
has the actual firing and it's worth millions, right?
it's not. It's worth like
What's
maybe
cool
80
about it,
bucks.
it came with the rocket that you could put on to make it look like the original.
Yes, you can switch it
Not
out.
firing, so it came with like a few different rockets.
Yeah. So that's like my favorite one just because I kind of it's enough throwback to those original Kenners but to still make me feel like, man, they really, if that Battlestar Galactica and what it was that Mattel didn't mess that up for every kid in America, right? We'd have a rocket firing.
I
Boba
have
Fett.
that too.
We'd
Me
all
too.
have rocket firing Boba Fett's if Mattel
No.
didn't make a bunch of
Sonny's got a good idea, and I think Dino should do
Yeah,
it.
I know.
So everybody
Stop
listening.
using logic. What's
Everyone
wrong with
stop
you?
listening, stop watching for a minute. Hey, Dino, you should get a vacuum out and just like vacuum your toy room, and then like you can stage it, and then open up a vacuum bag full
Yeah.
of Kenner vintage accessories and
Toys and stuff like that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
don't tell anyone in advance. Okay,
Oh.
back to the show.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Vern, I
This
actually
isn't
have a
live,
Battlestar
so-
Galactica ship that has the firing.
Yeah,
Really?
me
You
too.
have one
that
We all have that, don't we?
Yeah, they all
I
had that.
don't
in
think I
Canada.
have any that have any of the rocket firing, but
Yeah,
I have
the-
I have a Cylon Raider still. That's it. Somewhere over
Do
there.
you know of
I
the
need-
land ram?
I need the little figure that goes in the Cylon Raider.
They're all the same figure. All the little ones, they're all the same.
Yeah, those were.
It's weird that
I
they
had
didn't make a Cylon and they all kind of look the same.
All right. Okay.
Well,
one-
the good guys have a different head than the bad guys.
Yeah, what are they just called? Colonial Raiders or something?
Yeah, yeah.
But the
Oh, they
land
changed-
ram is the
hold on. They
coolest.
changed the name. It's no longer Cylon Raider. It's a Colonial.
No, Colonial Raider was
No,
the
the
good guy.
Colonial was the good guy.
The Viper.
Yeah, it was a Colonial Raider or whatever was the good guy.
Are you missing the good guy or
Colonial
the bad
Warrior?
The bad guy. I need the bad
guy?
guy.
Okay, because I
You
have a
need
couple of
Cylon.
good
little
guys. I
bad
have
guy
one
pilot.
bad guy. I have one bad guy, and I think I have a couple of the good side.
Yeah,
Raiders.
The little good guys are like $20. You can get them all day long. It's the bad guys that are like $60 or $70. So I
Oh
never
my
bought one.
gosh. Yeah, I
looking
probably
on
need that
eBay.
for mine too. Let me go look. No.
Will you find me one locally then, Vern?
Dude,
Or, I
I
mean,
see them
Rick.
all the time for like the
Then
less
get me
for
one. Then
$10
get-
for the
Then
vehicles.
get me one. Then get me one. They're not down here. Not a single store has
Right.
one down here.
Come on, Rick.
Go get
Get
me
us
one.
all one
Okay,
because
I'll be
we
right
all
back.
need it.
Yeah.
And my birthday's next week.
There you
But
go.
speaking of Galactica, the land ram is the coolest vehicle they made. and it
Yeah,
was
that
only
guy.
I don't
available
have
in
that guy.
Canada.
I don't have it.
That's the guy.
Darn it.
Pull me up big, so
Sorry.
everyone can see what we're talking about.
Oh,
Dino's so big that figure is 6 inches tall.
is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
It doesn't help because it's not focusing.
You know, you can't see it. It's just a
Can't-
black
Now the
blob.
lighting so horrible.
it's
I
like
know,
we've all
it's
done
all
this.
right,
Ever.
black
This is
done
our
with
first time ever doing YouTube. All of us.
yeah.
All right. Here's the thing. Now go on eBay or whatever and find the strangest Star Wars item you can. You have 2 minutes.
It has to be
I'm ready.
on
I'm
eBay?
ready, Vern.
All right.
Go
I can go
find
first
it,
if you want.
and then we'll share it on the screen and see what everybody does. I'm gonna go look for mine too, and I'm not gonna type in strangest Star Wars item.
Okay. I'm just looking through Star Wars. I just put in Star Wars and I'm looking through.
While you're looking, I want to highlight some of the votes that you got. A couple of them chimed in. We had the X-Wing Luke for favorite figure.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And
Of course, that's Brian. It's his icon.
Han Solo or Stormtrooper. I think that was.
Does it have to be official Star Wars?
No,
is
no, just anything
anything that's related to Star Wars? Okay.
Star Wars
I think I got something here.
related item.
I think it has to be not official Star Wars to win this contest. Vern is giving away he's giving away his retro painted Boba Fett for the best.
What if I just show you one of my toys that's strange instead of going on eBay?
Because that is
look that up on eBay.
That is not the game, Dino.
Yeah, look. If you want to show that off, then look that up on eBay and show it off sitting on eBay. Yeah, the C-3PO tape dispenser. Yeah, that's a funny one. Because you grab it right out of his area.
Yeah, hold on. Is that what?
I think I need to make a custom C-3PO riding like a speeder that looks like a tape dispenser.
There you go.
All right, let's see.
The sleeping bag was strange enough already.
Did you guys see that on Gentle or Entertainment Earth they had the little Jabba the Hutt's little hookah thing, and it was supposed to have been like real stock from back in the day?
Oh, dude, there's millions.
Yeah, there's a million of those. Yeah,
every comic
for like $3 or whatever, and then it was $20 to ship it. I'm like, come on.
I actually need one too.
I think I have one of those still in the baggie.
But yeah, somebody bought like cases of them, so they had thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and they packaged them with a little header card to make it just look presentable, and then they put them in like these boxes, like those blind boxes, but those kind of countertop displays where they got just so they can sell them to comic stores and toy stores around the world, because there's so many of them, as well as boxed Jabbas in baggies.
And
like,
they have
for whatever
the
reason, there's so much overstock of that one.
And they have the Salacious Crumb.
And Salacious Rum too. Like it was like 3 different warehouses or something, containers full of these toys, all pieced out. It was weird.
Because I've got 6 or 8 of the Salacious Crumbs, all still in the bags, and then I've got, I think, somewhere in there, I've got 1 or 2 of the hookahs still in bags.
But the one part that they didn't like overproduce is this gray arm part. So nobody has cases of this, and this is like the most valuable part.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
All right. Do you guys find anything? Who
Sonny says he's got a Star Wars toilet paper that has a inscription on it saying "Use the Force." There's a Death Star cheese board that opens up and has fancy tools inside.
Oh my gosh!
What?
This is some fancy cosplay mask I saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was on the first page, and I'm like, okay, this is the oddest thing that I'll win this contest for sure.
All right. Yeah, you're probably gonna.
There's a Yoda bong out there.
It's for smoking tobacco, Vern.
All right. So I'll show you what I found that I thought was kind of I wouldn't use it, but
Star Wars
there is Jabba the Hutt soap.
Nice. That's a good one. That's a good
family friendly. The soap.
Does anyone here have that? Because I actually don't have that, and I do want it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's
$4.99.
cool.
6 days from now, you can have it for $4.99.
Is shipping $8.20 to the how does it cost $8 to ship from the US to the US for something that small? It makes
because that's what it is.
Figure Fever says a potato chip looks like a Star Wars character.
Figure Fever, thank you for the super chat. We super appreciate that here. Potato chip that looks like a Star Wars character. Oh, let's find that. Where's that? Somebody got a link?
That's going to be ultra rare.
Just type in Star Wars potato chip and see.
Oh my gosh, what is that? That's not a Star Wars.
Yeah, it's the band. It's the band member. It's the band member dressed as the good, bad, and the ugly. What do you mean that's not Star Wars? That's why I asked. Does it have to be official?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Look, I don't know if this is okay. So, Figure Fever, if this is the one you're talking about, but check that out. How does that look like Yoda? What?
I guess
Man,
the
that's gonna be
whole, yeah, the
500
whole kind of does. The whole kind of
Somebody's
does.
selling that. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you guys, people are just nuts, aren't they?
I can't find it, but I have an R2D2 lighter. Like it's literally like a 3 3/4 action figure, but like a lighter, like it's like a bootleg merchandise thing. But it was cool. I saw it on eBay. I'm like, oh yeah. I wish I had it to show it off.
What the heck is this?
That's the running of the wooers.
Wilrow Hood.
Wilrow, yeah.
No, Wilrose, whatever. Running of the Wilrose. Right?
Oddly enough, one of them, but the whole group there making the little.
Oh, dude! I saw these guys at Celebration, and yeah, there's got to be like 100 of them that they run around like going,
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Oh my
funny.
gosh!
It's pretty funny.
All right, hold on. I have to get one of these.
That's awesome.
Not
Friggin'
for
Dan the
not for
Mexican.
39, but
What's his name? Vince's
guy
Candy
on
Star Wars custom action figure Cantina band. Oh, they
I
gotta
thought that
have
was a
a better
mustache,
name.
but that's his eyeballs.
It's Mexidan or something like that. They gotta do way better.
that's hilarious. Okay. All right. So Dino didn't show anything.
I think
Dino's
he wins.
I
with
have
the
something
sleeping
here,
bag.
but my
is that like a
I
soap
found
on a
paper
rope?
towel rolls.
Oh yeah,
Paper
BB-8
Star Wars
paper
paper
towel
towel
rolls.
rolls.
Oh, okay. So paper towel, but do they actually have the Star Wars imprinted on it, or just the plastic on the outside? And the rolls are blank.
That's no, that's on the paper towel. These are unwrapped.
And I can name 2 people that own
that-
all of these things that we've shown today.
John and
I
Rick.
used to own the paper towel and toilet papers and things like that, but I sold
Steve
a lot of that stuff.
Sansweet and Gus Lopez probably own all of these things, except maybe my cosplay helmet.
Somebody R2 USB drive. Did anybody see that?
Yeah, I got a couple
Yeah.
of US. I got a Darth Maul one, and
There's a Yoda one in my collection. Yeah, I got Yoda batteries in my collection.
I bet you those things won't be long much longer. They'll be replaced with
The USB.
well, like Bluetooth storage or something like wireless.
Phone.
Oh, hey Dino.
That old school.
Yeah, I
phone.
got Yoda Christmas lights. I got Yoda batteries.
That's
What is there? There's Yoda tissues. Yoda.
Oh, is
like
that
with
one of
all
those
your
where you can
nose?
fix the hair and do the lipstick and stuff like that?
No, it's a phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
Darth Vader phone home.
it does look like the Farrah Fawcett, doesn't it? Like you could do the
Yeah.
makeup and stuff.
The big Barbie. It was a Barbie head.
That's actually pretty cool. I mean, I like vintage phones and stuff like that. I never seen that one. All right, so
I had the R2D2 one.
going along with Dino's paper towel rolls, let's just show off
There it
these
is.
rolls.
Storm Pooper.
That's funny.
Oh, Storm Pooper. Yes, there we go.
That's
How about those?
Oh my gosh. I think you need those. What else?
Does the phone change your voice?
no.
Am
That
I
would
voice
be
or
cool though, but it actually
No, Dean's phone.
when you press the buttons on his chest,
Dino?
it
Do you
does
have
play
this?
some Star Wars music. But I don't want
Oh,
to
that's
get you
pretty cool.
copyright.
You got batteries in it or no?
Copyright.
What about
I
that?
think so.
Does everybody need that in their house?
A lightsaber.
Oh, nice. There you go.
That's
Dino,
Beautiful.
you're going to order that, aren't you?
that is pretty
Rick, do
cool.
you
That'd be
have this?
dangerous though. I'd be nervous about me. I
Do I have
sweat
the
when I come out of the
Siths?
shower.
Yeah.
Did I have a Sith?
Yeah,
one?
if you slip and fall, and your angle is just right,
Yeah,
that's
that-
going in a really bad
Yeah,
place.
how am I going to
Fall
explain that? at the
horizontal.
hospital?
I couldn't
telling
find
you,
my
I did
R2D2
flip.
later,
I
but I
actually
did
flipped.
find
Yeah,
my wind up R2D2, which is
Oh,
pretty
that's
bad.
cool. I like that.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Hey, can you show us how it walks?
I can
Yeah.
like this.
No, it goes like this, Rick.
Yeah, it goes like
It's got
this.
two little
All
legs that go like
I have to
this.
learn how to
yeah.
open these new.
No,
fancy
don't
things.
worry about it. I'm just messing with you. I thought it was in one of those.
It's
those,
not
uh,
sealed. It's
I
not.
have a 40-minute video on my YouTube of him just walking. I don't,
40
but you
minutes?
know what I'm going to do today? You know what I'm going to do today?
You should do it. You should do it and call it
24-hour live stream, and I'm going to get the 3,000 watch hours I need.
Call it R2D2 wind up toy ASMR, and that's
I'm getting blown away by YouTube, man. I go into it and there's like people sleeping live that have 700 people viewing it. I'm like,
my mom was complaining about that. She was like, I just ran across a channel on YouTube where they have a cat that's sleeping, and it's been playing for like 4 hours. And I'm going, are you telling me you've been watching a cat sleep for 4 hours? When she owns a cat. She has a real one. Like, I'm like, why are you?
But when I go to sleep at night, like I got a little iPad, my nightside stand, and I'll turn the volume really low, and I'll play like some true crime stories or whatever. But there's a few channels they just run them 24 hours a day. So if it takes you longer than 5 minutes or 10 minutes to fall asleep, you put on one of these, hour-long things or 24-hour things, and you fall asleep to it. So that's why I'm thinking if I just make a little video of R2D2 just walking by, and everyone in the chat, all 375,000 of you, will all go watch this video for at least 4 hours straight.
I can't believe you need 3,000 watch hours.
Dude, I lose like 100 a day now, it seems. Like,
do you want to know why?
It's weird. Even though it says I've gained 200 hours.
I know why. I know why.
Because I'm old.
No, it's you're making more shorts than you are longer format videos. Your shorts are drawing more viewers, and you're getting watch hours from shorts, which don't count towards your creator whatever.
No, they do.
No, they don't count. They don't count. No, they don't.
A lot of videos are more than a year old, though.
Right.
They don't. Hold on.
You're right. You're right, Vern. But
towards your 4,000 hours.
Right. But he can get 1 million watch hours through shorts and become monetized.
Yeah, that'll only happen when I finally see Bigfoot, like literally.
So it's just a matter of
1 million views on a video. You're basically on the news the next day.
I like that one.
I want to
get 1 million views
here
on YouTube on any video, short or not. You are literally on the local news all over the world the next day.
All right, let's see.
I like this one. I think this needs to get made. Clean your dark side.
Clean your dark side. That's right.
Sith tickets.
When I go to bed, I put video on it.
So who won, Vern?
We're gonna let the audience decide.
I think they already forgot what they saw.
I didn't know it was a contest.
Oh, it's always a contest,
Well, I would have tried harder because I like competition.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to show Rick's channel really quick because there's something.
Are you really making that Carl Weathers pin?
There's something about this that could be very therapeutic, right? Look at this.
Yeah. He's cutting open figures over and over and over again.
Did you see when I transitioned my background from the cutting board
screenshot
to
of
the
that
wood desk?
I mean, unless you look closely, somebody might think, is he uploading the same exact video?
No, but when I did those, that was our kind of the Christmas holiday time. Yeah. I did one of those every day for 2 weeks to just
it looks
because that's what they say to do. And
Uh-huh.
that doesn't mean squat, man.
Yeah, it looks cool.
People still watch my shark video every day 1 million times.
Yeah, if you go down here, like
the one that I have with the alligator playing the Godzilla music, it's getting 1 million hits. It's not even on a toy.
But you need to do some longer formats if you want to get those views, or you just totally concentrate on doing. Why are you trying to show that the bottom?
I know it's like
that is like.
I'm actually surprised that they actually made legs on this character. That's what I'm showing. I'm like, I didn't know it had legs.
How long have you had it?
3 legs.
This came in the Power of the Force
Cantina pack, right?
The Cantina pack.
But why would you think they wouldn't put legs on there?
Because look, it could have got away with just a skirt and held up with a skirt.
Yeah, no.
I hate pylon figures.
Yeah, apparently, you did not understand how the Star Wars action figure community is.
No, I'm really surprised that it had legs. First time seeing it. I never looked up at skirt, I guess.
All right. Let's do the crowdfund catch-up.
I just
while the audience decides who won.
News, I just got an email from John Favreau says he wants to go ahead with the Hammerhead trilogy. So
okay,
more news coming soon.
So you're going to be the bearded hammerhead.
Breaking news.
So as of today, the Transformer Legacy Robots in Disguise Optimus Omega Prime has 6,292 backers at $249 each.
Wow.
And it's still got 40 days to go. Is this going to
that's
fund?
good.
This will fund. Yeah, no problem.
So I saw a rumor on Twitter today. One of the Transformer peoples are suggesting that Hasbro may re-release that red Optimus Prime fire truck one in a variant yellow color on its own in the future as a Hasbro Pulse thing. Like, that would be the first time Hasbro would re-release any part of a HasLab, wouldn't it?
Well, they've re-released the figures that are in a HasLab before,
not,
but no.
they
They've
just
been different.
They just
Like a
released the
repaint.
vintage collection Mandalorian with a cloth cape.
Yeah,
They just did.
well,
Didn't
the Yak Face came out from the sail barge at the same time as the sail barge.
Yeah,
And
but
yeah.
could you see them doing that, re-releasing just or three of these separately in different colors?
Yeah, because they're going to release that Cobra Commander on a retro card. He's just not going to have the Mickey Mouse logo, but it's still going to be that. It's going to be that mold. And when then when they release,
it'll be a repaint. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. And when they release Scarlet, they will have used the mold that they used to make.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
They'll just put Scarlet's head on that body. Yeah. They'll put Scarlet's head on that body.
Version. I don't know the lore, but I think it was from a comic or a cartoon. But it was that same model, but he was yellow and black.
Yeah, he's yellow and black. Yeah. So here's what I question about this. Okay, like I might end up buying this. I'm still on the fence.
Okay.
I feel like if I buy it, it might be one of those things because I can't get over the fact that most of these HasLabs have turned into something that you could resell or trade in the future.
Yes,
and there's a lot of them that I look back at and it's like, if I had the money when they came out, I should have bought two of them. Like say the Dragonfly, that's a no-brainer. I probably should have bought two. I had the money when that came out. I could sell or trade the second one, and I would have made my money back for the first one. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Galactus, same way. You could have traded or sold the other Galactus and made your money back for the first one or whatever.
If you got it right away, because now
is that true, or is the sale bar the only HasLab people have profited off of reselling?
No, Galactus is really hard. I don't think it really retained its value as much.
Is he hard? Okay, but but anyways, so my point is that this is probably going to sell in the aftermarket for more than $250. It might even go up as high as $400 or more.
Right.
So it might be worth the investment. I'd probably never open it and play with it, open it or display it because this wasn't my Optimus Prime. But the side of me that says don't do that is the side that's saying, where's the value in this? Okay. So if you currently go to the toy store, you go to Target or Walmart, and you find one that's as tall and bulky as Optimus Prime, he's going to be in that $79, $80 range, but they might price him at the $99, the $100 range, the $100 point. So let's just say he's priced at the $100 point in the retail just to give him that extra buffer. The Ultra Magnus is definitely one that you'd find in that $79.95 box. Okay, that's the step before you get to Titan. That's the largest one they make. And that price point right now is $79.95. So that's $80. So now you've got $180 between those two. The 5-inch figure that's a weaponizer, those right now are at Target for $11.99, and that's the suggested retail.
All right.
So that's a $12 figure. So we've got $192 here. Where's the?
Okay.
So let's round it up to $200.
Hold on. I got your
Where's
answer.
Where's the other $50?
So I have your answer, John. If you go buy those $150 worth of figures or whatever, you cannot make them do a handshake, and they will not attack. They will not attack each other, basically.
Yeah, they have plenty of combiners that they sell individually.
And they don't have the vac metal on there.
Yeah, granted, you're right. He wouldn't come with vac metallized eyeballs.
I
So-
compare to this to that big
That's $100 process.
Constructicons 8-pack or whatever that is. That was a big epic toy when that was first came out, right? I don't. What's Constructicons? Is that what they were called?
Constructicon?
It was a big lime green
Is that
transformer made of like 20 different construction themed transformer vehicles, all in like yellow or lime green. And I
and
think
then he nailed in the final hammer on the.
I'm assuming John knows what I'm talking about because it's
Devastator. I got it.
Devastator. Sorry, I don't know the nerd names for these.
He was waiting for you to. He wanted to watch you suffer.
Was that a like that was from the late 80s? Was that a, like $100 item back in the late 80s? Because I know there were several hundred now.
Well, the if you bought the gift pack, it probably I don't remember, but it might have been like $60-$70 for the.
Yeah, because it was at retail,
each
right?
figure individually at retail was like $7.99 or $9.99 retail, and you only needed 6 to make the set. So
it was available both ways.
Yeah, they were available both ways. But I get a lot of people who say like this is still cheaper than if you try to track down a vintage complete set of this, because a vintage complete.
That one guy bought one of those at a garage sale or something for $5, so there can't be that much.
When you say vintage, you mean like the year 2000?
Yeah, like what was it, 99 or 2000 when this came out? I don't remember exactly, but it was 2001. It says right on the HasLab, doesn't it?
Is that considered vintage?
No, not by me. Only by Lack it is.
Yeah, they're well, almost. 25 years is vintage, but
I say vintage is original. Anything original.
I think you need to. You keep using that word vintage. I'm not sure you know.
For me, vintage has always been before 1990 because that's kind of when the transition.
Yeah, it's Power the
Star
Fourth
Wars
vintage
as the example because they're the biggest player in the toy community at the time.
So what do you call 90s figures then? Are they
considered 90s figures? Just like
are they retro? Are they extreme? That's the extreme era.
Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and
let me look up and see if there's a word for.
Then Jurassic Park and then
old.
See, I thought it kind of followed the same nomenclature as cars, as automobiles, because if it's 25 years old, it's a classic. If it goes further, it's a vintage car, and then if it goes further, it's antique.
Sure, we have that here in Canada. If your car is 25 years old, you can apply for like a vintage,
classic license
type of insurance where you only drive it once a month. Or
I think you can call them vintage. I'm wrong. I think it's vintage.
It's up to everyone, but like I run a bunch of Facebook groups, and specifically I have vintage toy groups, and I ask in the rules, please post only toys from before 1990. But yet 300 people a day post toys that are like Ninja Turtles and
20 to 99
Power Rangers and like lawnmowers and just shit that's not vintage toys. So
yeah, but there's a rule.
People just don't read, or they're they don't care.
That's what I'm talking about. There's a rule between where it's vintage and it becomes antique. So anything 20 years, I thought it was 25 years, but
it's not a rule. It's a terminology people use.
So antique is 100 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I see. I thought antique.
So the year
like
I was born.
50, but whatever.
At least 100.
I'd say when it comes to toys, I think vintage should be like the original. Like if they redo something, the vintage should be the original, first of the figures, first of its kind.
So even the 2001 would be vintage, where this is modern, because vintage was the original version.
I would use the word original. I would use the word. I would use the word original.
Classic cars is 25 years. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, some people have told me that if you go buy the original vintage ones from 2001, if that's what we're calling them, and you get a complete one, like everything is there.
Yeah.
The weapons, all the stuff, it will cost you close to $300.
All right.
So they're saying this is cheaper. So therefore, the 250 is justified.
So
these are a little bit bigger.
Retro?
These are like a little bigger, I think, than the vintage ones.
Yeah, no, these are modern versions. The original ones barely moved.
More paint apps, like these toys.
Yeah, the original ones were blocks that barely moved.
They had lights and sounds and stuff like that, and
yeah,
these don't have that. So the battery compartments are being used for something else. But so John's struggling because he's not seeing the value yet. And so he's waiting. And I'm wondering, like, tier 1 does get you to the value?
It's a big ass sword, isn't it?
Is it worth $50 to you? Or do you have to get to tier 2 and get these stands?
Yeah, the stand, that makes it, right?
I just
So
think
with
the whole
these two
idea of
tiers,
tiers for
John,
stuff that should come with the 300 toy are just completely
right.
ridiculous.
So my question for John is, if these 2 items were then already included, would you then still be on the fence about value?
I mean a little bit, but I mean, I'll tell you right now that if I have the money when on the night that this goes, I'll probably back it.
Okay.
Is that only two tiers?
Yeah, 2 tiers.
There could be a hidden third one. They sometimes do that.
Yeah, they might.
If it sells right away, they might do that, but it's not selling out right away.
I think it's not. I think right now it's just moving along at a regular pace. It wasn't like, like how G.I. Joe just or even the Ghost just like funded like in a day. If it was funded after the first couple of days, I think we'd be looking at potentially a third tier. But I think it might be 27 days to get to the sword. You know what I mean?
Do you guys agree with me when I say I think, in my opinion, I don't think that there's a modern Transformer scalper marketplace. Like when it comes to G.I. Joe and Star Wars, they're heavily people like to flip stuff for profit. I don't.
Oh no, there's a scalper market. Look at the current Optimus Prime from the video game line, Studio Series Optimus Prime from the 90s. Well, I guess it was early 2000s.
Where should I go look at it? At Toys R Us, Walmart, or GameStop? Because all 3 of them, it'll be in stock here in Canada.
These were
then get them. Then go buy them because they're selling for $100.
These were at
they're
Ross.
selling. They're selling for $100 on eBay and Mercari. So go buy them and resell them.
I don't believe that. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't see the market.
I think
people will buy multiple helicopters and.
I think you're not in a Transformers
for the purpose of flipping.
Yeah, you're just not in a Transformers.
I think you're just not in the Transformers bubble. If you like,
there are entire Transformer clubs.
No, but I'm not out of the bubble. Like when it comes to any toy line, like I don't like see. I'm in Facebook groups and all that for all toy lines. I don't see a problem with people going to Walmart buying a $20 Cheetor toy and then trying to sell it on Facebook for $70. But I do see that for every Star Wars figure and every master. Like I see it for all other.
Yeah, because no, they're not doing it. You are correct. They're not doing it for Beast Wars. They're not doing it for the current movie stuff. They're doing it for the stuff that's in Studio Series that's related to properties that happened 20 and 30 years ago.
Which is Beast Wars. That happened.
No, they're not doing it to Beast Wars, is what I'm saying. They're doing it to the other properties.
Just using that name as an example because I know that name, and I know Optimus's name and stuff, right? So, like, I get it. I think the retro packaged Transformers, like the re-release of Soundwave and Optimus.
Yeah, those are not selling. Those are not selling because the package design is not original.
For 3 times what I paid for them. And
the package design is not original.
I bought them all for $5 on clearance too, including the cassette tapes and all those re-releases. They look good. The Bumblebee and all the little mini Autobots. I thought they looked great because they reminded me of the toys I saw in the late 80s in stores. I didn't buy them, but I remember them. I thought they were.
Are you talking about the ones that are out right now, or the ones that were out a couple years?
Any modern Transformer toys ever after the year 2000 or 1990. I know there's a market for them. I'm just saying I don't think it's a popular scalped item. Like
I think it's
scalped.
Star Wars.
Yeah, hold on. I think because you don't really collect them.
Okay, my point is, John, would you buy 4 of these?
I've bought. Yes, I have, because in my area you cannot find that Optimus Prime. You can't find that Optimus Prime. Like everyone in my South Florida group is asking for it, and I've so far managed to. In the group, we've come up with 2 of them out of like the 20 people that want them.
How many of those 20 people have the internet and Google access to like go to Amazon and
Because they're not on Amazon. Look on Amazon; they're not there.
John,
Rick, just tap out. You lost.
It's sold out.
That he bought in
well,
store.
if they go back in stock, and there's other Amazons, right? Like there's Amazon Canada, there's Amazon
They're
UK,
sold out,
there's
dude.
China.
Find it then. Find that Optimus Prime
right
the
now.
video
Share
game
screen.
series. Go look right now.
Share screen.
All right. Well,
share screen and go look.
Yeah, go find it. Well,
Optimus Prime, Google.
Hot or not section. John, are you happy with the hot or not?
There you go. Yeah, there you go. They're on fire and on cold. Yeah. Is there an Amazon? Yeah, is there an Amazon for the Amazon basin? Yeah.
All right. So John was complaining last week that the hot didn't look like fire anymore and the not didn't look like ice anymore. So I changed it up. And these are the toys that are being peddled to us this week from all your major brands. I just wanted to get you guys to stop arguing about whether or not Transformers was a valuable property.
Thank you.
All right. So anyways, here is the first reveal of the week. It is a Lego.
We already had this.
I know. Is that new?
Why is the picture?
Yeah, but it comes with a free anything that scalpers can resell for $100.
All right. So the Lego R2D2, which has already been out there. What is this little figure that he comes with down here? Is that?
I just told you what it was.
It looks like Darth Malik or something, right?
Material is what it is.
Pack with him.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I don't know what that is.
That should have came with a holographic Princess Leia.
Yeah, but then people wouldn't scalp. I don't know. It comes with this, so resellers can resell it, and I totally
I'll resell those little.
I disavow this
bigger
this
one.
practice Lego.
The only reason why I would get this is to build it and toss it from my balcony.
But I don't think people buy and resell
You're
Lego.
wrong, Tino.
Lego is not
most
a resellable
Lego
product.
Does anybody think there's a market for reselling Legos out there? Because I've had this little tiny
because it's so valuable. It's the
right,
most
this is
stolen toy in the world because it's so valuable.
All right,
yeah, check Amazon.
I was just teasing Rick.
But it's true.
They're doing a Lego version of the Hasbro playset here.
You know what I
buy
think
this
is
playset just so they can sell that variant Rebel Trooper for $50. Like they invent prices and it drives.
Yeah,
it keeps scalpers going, and I just don't like doing anything that promotes the practice of toy scalping. That's all. That's my.
Did you see? Mod Extra says that's a different one that's already out. It's less pieces and a lower cost.
Okay,
the one that you showed.
I think this is pretty cool. I like this. This is hot.
Cool.
What I think is interesting about Lego, and this is kind of one of the only things I really know about Lego collecting, is those little tiny figures resell for a boatload of money.
They do.
That's what I'm talking about. It's crazy because they paint it differently, or
the figures are super valuable.
That would be cool because you can you can buy a few sets and make a pretty big Canteen full.
Yeah. All right. So superpowers were releasing, and which one of these, John, were originals?
Neither.
None of them were in the original line from the 80s. No.
Is anybody collecting these?
I do.
Not in my area. I buy them once they go on clearance. They go on clearance here, and that's when I buy them.
Once I see really cool characters, I will. Like if I saw Peacemaker at retail, not in a 4-pack or a 3-pack, I would buy him.
Right.
I would buy this Green Lantern guy because he's awesome looking.
He does look cool. It's different too, right? Like you want to build a Green Lantern Corp. If Green Lantern is your favorite, this is a great option for putting together, a whole bunch of Green Lanterns.
I think he's doing well with this line. It's from what I see in all the, it's popular.
I bought my
Connor's buying Ferraris because he's scalping Black Series.
Oh my gosh! All right.
The Brainiac looks awesome.
The Brainiac's awesome.
Yeah.
Why is he wearing a tiara?
I pick and choose now. I did buy the first few waves, and I have a few of the vehicles, but I just pick and choose now.
So I want to ask a question. Why is Brainiac, 1, wearing a tiara, and 2, why is he wearing those really short shorts?
Yeah, I agree.
They all wore short shorts. Batman's wearing short shorts.
No, Batman's wearing tights with short shorts. This guy's not wearing tights.
They're both wearing tights with short shorts.
He's not wearing tights.
No, he's not wearing tights. His skin is green, so he is just wearing short shorts. Yeah, he's like Robin.
Leg day. He just wants to show him off.
He's just like letting him breathe. Is what he's doing. He's letting him breathe.
I'm not sure if I like this Brainiac. I don't really. I'll get him, but I don't particularly care for that sculpt.
So this is a Japanese version of Batman. Is that what this is?
I think they call it the anime version.
But why does he have the fancy writing up there and the logo? Is that?
Yeah,
that's the
apparently
anime
it is.
version.
Yeah,
it's a legit thing. There was an anime black and white Batman.
You guys know what Mopar's referring to here? The scales being
the scale is the same as it always was.
Yes,
whoever he
spread that
thinks
rumor they're not the same size was wrong because they are the same size.
He thinks that they're the same size. McFarlane swears they're the same size as the originals, but that's because he doesn't have any of the originals.
They are the same size.
Stand them next
I've compared them.
Yes, it was. 70 was fantastic.
The only thing these are missing is the actual Kenner logo. I wish you would have licensed the Kenner logo from Hasbro.
Oh, these are definitely bigger. These are definitely bulkier than the originals.
Are they? I'd like you to buy
all of
them, Dino, and put them
Should I compare them? I have them.
They're taller.
Yeah,
they're
can you
taller
go grab a
too.
few? All right.
Yeah.
The Batman from this line is taller than the original Batman.
And don't do what the people on YouTube do. When you
No,
bend
you didn't
one
get
over,
up.
Darn it.
when you bend one over like this, it's not taller.
yeah, that's right.
I gave him the count before he got up. Darn it. All right. What about Golden Superman and
That's
Sinestro?
cool.
I don't think these old ones I think are exclusive to Toddy Mac only.
Is that another version of
why did they not give him the golden outfit in the picture?
Because I don't think there ever was a golden Superman. It's just a weird gimmick McFarlane's is doing.
Yeah, but he should have at least done the art with the golden outfit, right?
Well, then he would have had to do that in the first 8 gold versions he did.
Definitely.
He's done other gold version? I didn't even know there were other gold.
Well, Gold Batman did exist in a Batman.
Should they have
they made gold Batman, but they didn't make gold of every other character as far as I know.
Is this the second version of Sinestro?
Metal, so it would be super. Yeah, that would be really cool. That would make me want to get it.
Gold?
If they did the metaling, the metal plating, or the vac
metal.
I think it would have been super cool.
Has McFarlane done anything in vac metal yet? I don't think he has.
I don't know, but that would have been the first one. It would have been super awesome. Everybody would have bought it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of gold variants either.
Peacemaker's got a silver helmet, but I don't think it's vac metal.
I don't think so either. I think it's just a chrome plating. All right, what about he's really killing us on these superpowers reveals this week. That's why there's like 2 to a slide, by the way.
Yeah, Superman and Batman. It's like
now look at Superman
Supermans and 16 Batmans.
Look at the Superman. He's painted the image on the card is the same as the figure.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying that gold one should have been a match.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
both of these existed in cartoon.
Okay,
form.
but then why does the Batman
cartoon
not have
Batman
the little
and gold Superman don't exist in comics or cartoon as far as
why doesn't the Batman have his little red things on the legs?
Right.
Yeah, he's only got the red belt, not the red things on his legs.
Oh yeah, like holsters or something.
And I can't even tell you if he's actually got a red belt, John, because he's got his cape in the way.
Well, isn't there a tiny dot of red on that between the two?
Oh, you might be right.
It's like a super small tiny dot of red.
Thanks for making us that thumbnail earlier.
With the misspelling.
They're using original comic book art for their card backs. So they're I get it. They're not I don't think he's recreated brand new drawings for these card backs yet.
All right. And then I think this is
here's the multicolor one.
Oh yeah.
See, and he's even multicolored in the picture.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. I think I have a version of this Batman, but when Mattel was making the 6-inch figures, I have that.
They have it in 6-inch. Yeah, they do.
I have that.
The only place I'm finding the newer waves is GameStop. Walmart doesn't carry any of the newer waves. I haven't even found the Black Mantis.
Same here, Dean. Walmart. I've never seen one of these. Actually, no, they still have like the Wave 1, a couple.
Yeah.
They don't have any of the newer ones.
I asked them not to ship to stores in your area.
But I remember I went to GameStop and it had
in my area, they almost immediately clearance them.
Let me tell you, it has been a while since I walked into a Walmart or Target, but I have been to a few Rosses lately.
Yeah.
And one of my problems is every time I walk into Walmart or Target and I see that regular price, I just get in my mind, I'm like, I'll just go to Ross.
That was the worst thing I think Ross that could have happened this past year was Ross having all those awesome figures for such a good price that I think it's going to be It's going to be hard for people buying overpriced Hasbro figures now.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
they're
this,
going to want to
is
buy
this coming
figures
in
for the
two
next
different
10
colors
months.
then?
Yes, this is exclusive
Wow.
to Todd's. The figure
Yeah.
does too. different
Oh,
colors.
that's why there were multiple pictures. I only put this one up. So
Is this
Yeah,
coming
there's a
with the
silver
figure?
one.
does
There's
it
a
come with the
silver
figure?
one.
Does it come with the
Exclusive.
figure?
This one
This
says
one-
bring with skull ship, where the other one just says skull ship and it's silver.
Yeah,
So
the
it must-
silver one does not come with the figure. This one does come with the figure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I might get this. This is pretty cool.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there's the
Silver
silver one. Yeah.
People
which
already
one's
found
more-
this in stores before he revealed it.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Or before I revealed it. Because
So
I'm pretty sure I was the first to show off all these.
This actually
Superpowers.
I might be interested in.
It's badass. Eh?
Yeah, the bug
Yeah.
is cool looking.
The,
Yeah.
the thing is,
I like the vehicles. The
and I
vehicles are
probably
really cool.
get Blue Beetle too. Just if I can find if I ever see the ship and Blue Beetle, I'll probably get them. I really did dig the movie, and when they flew that ship in at the end of the movie, I was just like, "Yeah, that is the coolest thing."
That movie was bad, dude.
It's
I
I
really
don't
bad.
know the
Yeah.
I don't know the character's name, but on the back of the box they show like a sneak peek. There's an upcoming figure from Blue Beetle.
The
They
movie.
didn't,
Booster
they
Gold?
didn't reveal yet. Yeah, the gold.
Booster
character.
Gold. Yeah, Booster
That's the one,
Gold.
Booster Gold.
I don't
So
know
Yeah,
why.
Blue Beetle and Booster Gold were like a good pairing in the comics. The Whirly Bat. This is a cool one.
I'm gonna
This has
probably
been
wait
out.
for that on clearance because I'm pretty sure it will be on clearance.
Oh, it'll be
Yeah,
on clearance. Yeah, that's
I've
what
seen
I'll
it
get.
at GameStop, and Walmart has the Whirly Bat.
I actually,
Also.
just so you know, I actually really liked the movie The Blue Beetle. I appreciated the humor in it and stuff like that, and I kind of like the way that they paid a little bit of homage back, right? So I did like it.
Thank you.
I was bored to death.
All right, so
I agree with you, John. It was
these are Batman animated, and I heard that this was accidentally released or revealed, but I don't feel like there's ever from McFarlane. I don't really feel like there's ever an accidental reveal.
right.
Well, no, I don't. I think you guys realize that I find these on Amazon Canada a day before Amazon US, and that Todd reveals them.
Uh-huh.
So that's how all of these McFarlane reveals came out early this week, because they were available to buy on Amazon Canada 24 hours before they were in the United States, and I shared a lot of these pics, and because of that, I showed you guys in the private chat there. Amazon, I had a really good day as an Amazon affiliate. The day these were all revealed, because people kept sharing my posts on Facebook to all the superpowers groups and Batman groups and stuff like that.
Cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
The Commissioner Gordon is neat, but I don't know, like, what is that bat? He doesn't have ears.
No, he's called
Or
Blind
right?
Batman.
Cut
I
off.
think he reminds me of something from The Tick.
Is he like fake Batman?
He's called Blind Batman.
Blind Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Daredevil.
And I think I told you guys last week. So all these Target exclusive McFarlane toys in the US are available on Amazon in Canada, as we don't have Target. And I'm pretty sure as I rumored a couple of years ago at this point, Toys R Us is not going to be around much longer here in Canada. My local store closed 3 weeks ago with zero notice. It just closed. And I saw a post on Instagram today from Ontario. Someone's big Toys R Us is now half of its store is HMV, which is selling records and CDs and whatever stuff they sell in record and CD stores. So there's a change coming for Toys R Us.
Yeah.
It may not last much longer.
I will get Commissioner Gordon, and I will get the Riddler.
The Riddler.
I already have
No,
the Joker.
I'll get none of them. I
And
like
who's the
Commissioner
guy in the
Gordon.
middle?
The craziest
Commissioner
thing
Gordon
about
looks good.
this about Todd McFarlane toys, as we're still talking about him, is this is based on the DC Direct figures that were made before he got the DC license. So they're at different scale. These are like 6-inch scale, where McFarlane Multiverse are 7-inch scale. Superpowers are 4.25-inch scale, and then the comic book ones are like 1.5-inch scale, and then the Batman 66 ones he did were true 5.5-inch scale. So he's literally got 6 different scales of action figures out. Pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're just going to
Boss.
show this Dino thing off really quick before we move on. Go ahead.
No,
Boss
that's fine.
Man?
Oh, sorry. So I like the animated figures.
Okay. Is
I'm
that
a
the
fan,
Blue
and-
Beetles, the Build-A-Figure?
that one's
those ones,
the
DC Direct, right?
Condiment King.
Captain Condiment.
So I wonder about this other thing. Before we move on to this, the rest of the reveals. Do you think this is going to be a 5-pack?
I hope
No.
not.
No, it's 4 figures to build the middle blue guy.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
to build a
what's good.
figure wave.
Is
All right,
it another
that's
build a
that's what
figure?
they did with the Condiment
Just
guy.
like
Yeah.
but maybe they eventually do it in a box set too, because that first one was a box set, right?
Yeah.
Is
So-
this?
So we talked about this before, but this is actually, I guess, a photo of inbox of Mossman. This is the Turtles of Grayskull.
Oh,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Okay,
I didn't see
so
this one.
I haven't
I'm
seen
not-
any of these in Canada, but these look fun, and I'm
Yeah,
not a
these
Who's
turtle
he
look
guy.
supposed to be?
interesting. I'm not interested.
Green.
They do look pretty
Man.
cool. I've seen them in store,
All right, so that's
but I passed. But who
Mothman.
is he supposed to be?
It's supposed to be Mossman.
What turtle
yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
what-
know.
I
Toxic
wonder.
Adventure.
looks like him? That'd be a good Toxic Avenger custom, man.
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah.
Looks like
Alright,
a
and then-
spider kind of.
Did they ever announce this?
Nope, they just dropped it.
They just put it on their website, right? So it's really weird. Like that, I went over there and was like, "Wait a minute, there's a new Ghostbusters wand. What's going on?" So this is the 1984 Neutrona wand. Who has a backpack?
No.
I
Or the-
wanted
the
it. If
proton
I had the Razor Crest in time, I would have sold the Razor Crest to get the backpack.
Oh.
That's what I wanted to ask. Did they not already release this?
They had
No,
a different
not this
version,
one.
and right now they have the Spengler version too.
That's what. So this does already exist.
Yeah, like, this is slightly
So is
different.
this
It's got
just
some
a
variation.
repaint? Is this just a repaint?
I think there's some slight differences to
There's,
it too, like with
yeah,
the
there's some
handle and
different
stuff like that.
gadgets on it.
They're both
I don't
sold
think
out.
those toggle switches. I don't think were the same in the other
That's
one.
the Spiegler one.
Yeah, this is the.
So that's the Hasbro one. That
Do you have the toggle switches on that one? Oh, it does. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm positive it's just a repaint.
Can
Like,
you
why
hold
would
it up
they-
just like that, like the picture, so we can see the two, like kind of side by side?
He's not
Because they're
listening.
the same price, aren't they?
You know, can you flip it around and
around.
hold it in the same orientation of the one that's on the screen?
Make it look like the one. No, turn it around.
Rotate it 180. There
There
you go.
you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it
I
is
do.
very darn close.
Yeah,
Look at
there's
that.
no chance they re-sculpted and
Yeah.
remanufactured this. Zero
Sorry,
chance.
it's too loud.
But see how the wire comes around now on the front too?
It's
They
that
have
duct tape.
like there's a
that plastic
curl.
Fake
more
duct
of a-
tape on the handle is different.
Oh, the tip folds back, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same
So-
thing.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
cool.
very-
If you're a Ghostbusters fan, if you're a Ghostbusters fan,
I'm sure it sold well. I know all those.
They're sold
Ghostbusters
out.
toys are pretty popular.
oh,
yeah.
it's sold out now.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at the website. They're sold out. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Pre-sold out, you mean?
And then here we go, right? Like there were some GI Joe reveals. Now everybody says like last year they did the GI Joe reveals. It seemed like it was like the day of or the day after Star Wars did their stream. Somebody's not getting their stuff together because supposedly it was National GI Joe Day that they put these images up. So maybe the Star Wars guys shouldn't actually be doing a stream so close to GI Joe Day.
I think
I
we
don't
should stop calling them streams because they're not.
Yeah, well, they call them a stream.
One that
Well,
call,
that's
they call it
speculation, right?
fans.
We don't know if it was live. They said it was live. It
They're
just
not
took
live.
20
They have
minutes.
not been
before
live
the
for 2
stream.
years.
This live?
Anybody interested in this one?
I have a question. Is it a female character? I kind of can't tell.
I think that's just armor.
I get this one. Yeah, this
Well, I
is
know
from the
Night Creeper.
the mid '90s. You know, so
Oh, when everything went all neon.
Connor says not. I thought Connor collected all the GI Joe.
Wow.
No, they gotta mean something. All right. What about Jinx?
absolutely, I'm getting
Absolutely.
Jinx. Yeah,
100% a win.
Jinx is awesome.
She looks good because she's got 2 different head sculpts. I like seeing that in these
I
toys.
agree.
But what I love about this is that Jinx came out when the neon stuff was coming, and everyone always goes, the neon stuff. You don't want to get any of that. And it's like, well, you get Jinx, don't you?
Yeah,
You know, it's like
this is super cool. I love it. The staff is like super nice. I really dig it. So
When all those neon Joes came out in the 90s, isn't that where they made like repaint versions of Sergeant Slaughter and stuff like that. That
They
are
did
some of the
eventually,
more
yeah.
valuable figures now.
Oh, there's a lot in that 90s line that are crazy valuable. Dino and I were finding that out when we were going through those figures. There's some that are, some of them were what, $100, Dino?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, much
Loops.
like the Power of the Forest and the Droids and Ewoks. Like
Yeah.
the toys that did not sell when they were at retail are the most valuable now. It's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Somewhere there's a warehouse full of all these toys that we didn't buy in the 80s and 90s.
Probably. What about
This guy's pretty cool looking.
Torch, yeah, Torch.
This is badass.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
like the
all the
dreadnought.
accessories, the flame. I'm hoping the flame has some little bit luminescent, or they do the paint really
Like it's
well.
clear.
Yeah,
I
it
love
looks
that.
really
Yeah.
good. I like the detailing on the cans too. There's if you zoom in, if they really get those markings on there, that's going to be really cool.
You got the
Yeah,
chain
Torch is-
wristbands. Yeah, I like all the
The legs are definitely mind bender. I don't like the boots that much. I wish they kind of had done something different, but I think overall he looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a really good Torch.
Yeah.
Touch.
There's only one more dreadnought to make, isn't there?
Well, they had the original 3. There was Zartan and 3
Yeah, figure.
Dreadnoughts originally, and that was Torch, Ripper, and Buzzer. And now all 3 of the original Dreadnoughts are out.
Yeah.
And then they
so
did
he'll be the
Monkey Wrench.
last?
And then after the 3, then they had Monkey Wrench and the driver of the driver of
they
the
need
Thunder
that.
Machine.
They
Yeah, we need
that
Monkey
Thunder
Wrench.
machine.
I think he's coming. What about Doc?
Doc is awesome. This is
He's
great.
much needed, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Are we
Yeah.
looking at? Do you think we're looking at this having like a deluxe price just because of the little gurney,
Yeah.
Wondering that, yeah.
or do you
Yeah.
think that he'll be regular and the gurney's just kind of like instead of a backpack?
I think it's
I
regular
saw
price.
someone say this was going to be a deluxe figure.
Because I
Um,
almost feel like they could get away with saying this is a regular and the gurney, because it looks like it folds, is
It
a
does look
backpack.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Now, you can't order these yet, right?
no, I
No.
haven't. But
Yeah, they're not.
but if you look at Entertainment Earth, they're dropping some orders on the 29th of February, which is Leap Day, and their thing is we can't tell you because it's classified.
Ah,
So there are
Yeah.
some classifieds that look like they're going to get dropped on the 29th of February.
Gotcha.
So there was no tier for the helicopter that came with this character or a character with a stretcher, was there?
No.
It should have, but no.
I thought
We
so.
knew once we didn't see it that he was coming out as a single release.
Would this be
yeah.
cool if there was some way that we knew that this stretcher attached to like one of the landing sleds?
It probably does.
Right.
It looks like
that
it
would be
folds in
cool.
half, so it probably goes on his backpack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It folds, so it's probably
Yeah.
his backpack.
The
That's why I'm
bottom, there's
saying
probably a peg.
because- that's why I'm saying it's like a toss-up whether or not he's a deluxe. Because if he doesn't have a backpack, that could be the backpack.
Oh, it
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
100% is. That's why it folds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I
I'm
can
thinking
see
like
that.
if there were 2 clips that hooked onto the sled of the helicopter would make that just super cool, right?
I'm sure it will. I'm sure that peg will peg into the helicopter
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, that would
They,
be
they might they might do it as a deluxe figure because everybody's gonna want it that got that has
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's just going to be.
But I mean, then you look at stuff like Snow Job and Tripwire. They weren't necessarily
those
deluxe
are deluxes.
figures. Were they considered deluxe?
Yeah, they
Well,
were a little bit
so-
pricier and like, but they came with so much. I mean,
They had a
Snow
million
Job-
accessories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that Scuba Pete one too. It came
And
with all
extra
kinds of
head.
accessories, right?
I was just thinking they weren't deluxe because they seem to be in a normal size box.
Oh yeah, there's male pegs in the bottom. Yeah,
I
so it
thought it
folds
was
together
bigger.
as you see it. Yeah.
I feel like the Snow Job's box was bigger, but maybe
Good
I'm
eye,
wrong.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
All right, what about this? This is obviously going to be a 2-pack
Awesome.
deluxe, right? Double deluxe.
Yeah, this is great. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Would these be
Absolutely.
more popular if they were exclusive to Australia and New Zealand? No, I'm just
Yeah.
asking because that's where it would be most popular, correct? Tiger Force?
Maybe.
Why? I mean,
Aren't they an
why?
Australian
America,
brand
anywhere
for
there's a
G.I. Joe?
jungle.
I'm learning my GI Joe knowledge here.
I
I'm
think
showing
anywhere
off.
there's a jungle.
Aren't they
I
the
wouldn't say-
Australian version of GI Joe, Tiger Force?
I think the
No,
only
Tiger Force
reason-
came out in the States. It was a subset of GI Joe.
But
But
they
yeah,
did
aren't
have
they
their own-
colored this
They were
colorway
jungle,
because
not
they're
necessarily South
stationed in
America.
Australia with
No.
the
Not
Outback
necessarily.
guy and all the other
They
Australian
had their
guys?
own. They had their own
No.
version of the different paint.
Yeah,
What-
it's
what color
jungle.
version?
It's jungle. You can wear a side hat in the jungle. Didn't Didn't,
I don't know the
Bundy?
GI Joe lore. I thought Tiger Force was the like Australian force of GI Joe.
does Tripwire's?
That's why
do
there's
you think
Australians in it, like the Dreadnoks.
that Tripwire with his Tiger Force stuff? That's on his vest, right? And is it the vest that hangs
Yeah.
down in front? Is that why there's?
Yeah,
It's not like he's wearing.
he's
briefs
not wearing
there?
camel underwear. No,
Okay.
yeah, he's
Because
it's
it
the
almost
best.
looked like
It does
he had
look
some
like
underwears on.
It's
And
the
these are both
blast.
100% repaints, correct?
Yeah,
a one-piece
Yeah, yeah,
bathing
yeah,
suit.
yeah.
both of these have been out before.
Yeah,
I guess if you need, more Tiger Force figures, then you'll get them. But I don't see this being a popular set. I would look for this at Ross next January.
yeah. I'm
My
getting
opinion.
it because
That's my opinion.
Tiger Force was one of the most popular things from the '90s stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm getting that, and so was Night Force, which is why I want the Tiger Force and the Night Force.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
cool.
that big gun comes with the other figure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. Everyone needs a big gun.
All right.
when they finally did Roadblock right. Oh yeah, they're making this guy. This is
Awesome. I love the
So
animals, man.
This is definitely going to be a deluxe. This is the interesting part,
Yeah.
though, because the monkey doesn't have any articulation. It looks like.
Nobody's got an eye patch.
Yeah.
was
but-
his name Road Pig or something? What was his name?
Rawhide, wasn't it?
Rawhide. That's it. Rawhide.
Looks like
That's
his
it.
legs
Oh,
might
yeah.
have articulation.
Yeah,
Like
he's
his
a
arms.
dreadnought. He's a dreadnought.
yeah, he looks cool.
But he
Well,
was
he's an
way
Australian guy. I don't think he's not a bad guy, is he?
Yeah, he's a
You
dreadnought.
might
is he?
feel better
Yeah.
in Australia, Rick.
Look, I appreciate like even this is what I've started to appreciate that like so they're making like the case for the rifle. They got the bow and arrows and stuff like that, and then they start packing those with a few different figures and stuff like that. So I know they're reusing those parts. I know there's reuse on the figures. We are getting the warthog, which is actually kind of cool. We get this little molded patched monkey dude, and I think it's kind of cool in a way because when we go back and we look at you're getting like a flare gun in here. I haven't seen
Which
that
is cool.
before. You're getting
First
like
figure
this
with a flare gun, right?
flamethrower thing, which is kind of really a cool accessory. And the thing is, I've only seen these accessories from like Gridiron Studios or something like that. So it's kind of cool that we're starting to get like that case and
Well,
whatever.
this case
Is that the
looks like-
same gun and case that came with Low Light?
I believe
Yes,
it
but
is.
they're different colors.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I believe the low light was all black, and this looks to
It
be a
was,
green
yeah.
and brown kind of color. So
Yeah.
much like the vintage figures or the original G.I.
Yeah.
Joe figures, of course that even the bow and arrow there, looks like it's green with some black paint, but it already exists in purple and black and yellow or whatever colors they made it. But so
Yeah,
they know what
yeah.
they're doing. It's smart. That machete looks kind of new. How many G.I. Joe guys have cool machetes like that?
Yeah.
Only 2 have machetes, right? So far.
See,
Rick,
I think what they're doing is every wave, it seems like they pick classic stuff from the 83, 84, 85 era, and then they also pick stuff from the early 90s, so that I think both sets of fans, whether you grew up in the 80s or the 90s, have something to pick from in that wave. You know what
Which
I mean?
is a good idea, and I think
Because
Star
you got
Wars
the
has
original,
started
because
doing that.
Torch, Torch finishes the original Dreadnoks, but Naugahyde didn't come till way later. Like, if you were going in order, you would have done Monkey Wrench, but I see what they're doing. They're picking someone that the later kids would have had.
And Star Wars does that too, because they'll release a wave that has, R2D2 and Star Killer and Moff Gideon and Greedo. Like they're pulling from all the properties. It's usually not an Ahsoka filled wave. They do that as well, but G.I. Joe. I think it's good they do that because they hit
R2D2 was in the Mandalorian, so
true in R5D4 and
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're also getting if you're interested, these are I think that's like $80 or 89, and then they have an armored version. which
yeah,
I'll show you
that
real
was
What the
quick.
cool.
heck?
That one's
What
like
is
what is
100.
this from?
These are what like do you remember, Dan, what these are?
Beastozoic guys. Didn't you have them on the channel?
This is not from
Ryan?
Beastozoic.
Oh, this is not the dinosaur guy.
No. This is but they are on Big Bad Toy Store for order, and they are I'll look it up.
Is it the Crypt?
That's pretty cool.
It looks
I
pretty
do- I
darn
love
cool with the
animals.
armor
They're
on.
made
Do you
by
get a figure?
Wild War.
Do you get a
and-
figure?
Yeah, it's a 1/12
No.
scale rhinoceros. I think they're pretty cool. So this is a way to get like some beasts or whatever into your collection. If you want an armored one, that dude is fully armored with his
Is there a figure?
No, this is it.
I want a little guy to ride on it.
It's a new company, so I expect to see more if this is.
Well, John,
I want a guy. I want a little guy to ride on his back.
Then buy this guy.
There you go. That's the guy. He can just ride his warthog, though.
No, the warthog would like walk along next to him riding the rhino.
And the monkey would ride. Who would the monkey ride?
Would sit on the head. Yeah.
Wait, isn't that a Disney movie? Hakuna Matata or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Matata or something.
All right.
So what did he?
Is there a rhino in that movie?
And
This
then
is
I
awesome,
thought this was probably the coolest thing because this is kind of what I was kind of sort of hoping that
You get the
Hasbro
ant?
would do
Does the ant come with him?
I'm calling it, Vern. It will happen. It will happen.
for their 60th.
This
And they
year.
don't- honestly, I didn't even think they need to do the flocked hair. I think what they could do is they could mold the hair in that style and then just paint it. I would be perfectly fine with that. But
Boycott fake flock. We need real flock.
the problem with like flocking, there's a couple of different ways to flock hair, and one way doesn't make it that perfect, right? Like if you do it without the electromagnetic thing or whatever, you get like the hair bleed. Let me get rid of this. You get the hair bleed that comes down around the thing. You don't get it all standing up perfectly. But doing the electricity thing is kind of like, it's a little risky. Like if you, slip.
Well, if you're doing it yourself, maybe.
Yeah, if you're doing it yourself.
Let the toy companies do it. Although they do sell the flocking supplies and stuff at the craft stores like Michael's.
Yeah.
And I encourage people to give it a try if you're only going to be out 10 or 20 bucks.
Who's releasing this?
What? No, this is the custom.
I saw on Instagram.
I think it looks cool. It's built on like the Tiger Force Recondo. It's got like a vintage looking G.I. Joe head on there with the flocked hair. I think it looks super cool.
It looks like the same.
It's in a 6-inch scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so somebody would have had to make that head either 3D printed or block it themselves.
Hat you were looking for, Vern?
Yeah.
Helmet.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. So I think that is it for the reveals, the peddling their wares.
I got a hat too, Dino.
But I thought it was a pretty good week overall for stuff that they were releasing and showing us off. I did appreciate those judges. I didn't see anything. I just saw posts with those pictures from the Joe, so that was kind of interesting that they didn't bother to like make an announcement or anything. Just every once in a while posted a picture, which was.
Have they done that before? Any of the Hasbro teams? Will they just, I'm trying to think. I think they have. This was just an iconic day being Gijoe Joe Day, right?
Yeah.
Right. I love it.
Howdy. It stays on too. Like, it's such a good fit. You know what's weird? I don't see any microphones in anyone's pictures. Like all those popular YouTubers. Like, the number 2 podcast.
I'm not in the.
What do you guys use? Okay, so quick plug. What do you guys use for a mic?
I have a Shure microphone.
Cool, right? Mine's called a Thrawn.
What are you using, Dino?
Yeti.
Okay, and what are you using, Rick?
Rick said it's a Thrawn-o-matic.
It's called a Thrawn Omax.
Yours is a Rode?
Rode, yeah.
I don't think I have mine properly. I think I'm supposed to talk it like this.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Am I supposed to talk like this then? Hey, everybody, welcome
to Toy Duo.
Very
When there's more than 2 people on screen at one time.
Yeah.
So we have
and
Toy
the
Duo.
difference is when you listen to it back on a podcast, you know who's using a fancy microphone because
this is the point where people
this
turn
would be
down
the
their volume.
Toy Hydra, right? With the multiple heads.
Oh my gosh, this is it's getting.
It's very professional, though. I think we should do it more.
Well, I can't even get into my studio anymore, so I can't do it. Can't get to my
having
microphone.
to film in front of somebody's garage door.
Yeah.
You know what would have been hilarious is if in the middle of his like video, if they were open their door.
Yeah. Well, what was that? It was the one with all those figures I was looking at. Yeah. I had to do it on the thing.
Anyways, what do you guys got coming up this week? Anything?
Jeopardy tomorrow.
Yes, Jeopardy.
Vern is in it. You're defending your
Oh, I
title.
am. Who am I going against?
Scuba
Pete
Pete
and
Sir Eric Brown.
Eric. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to congratulate Sir Eric Brown in advance for winning tomorrow's not fixed Jeopardy championship
Not
stream. Good job, buddy.
I got so lucky last week because
Well, you're playing
Yeah.
against me.
just because I bet all my money except for $1. It was the
I
only
would have
reason.
did good against Vern, I think.
What?
I think I would have did well against Vern.
Probably because I didn't know hardly any of the answers.
I beat Vern when I played.
Yeah, because he cheated.
Is he cheated? I personally think that everybody should bet all of it when they get to Jeopardy because there is nothing if you get second place.
Nope.
So you might as well bet everything you have and hope that
Right.
you double your money and win.
Yeah,
thing
but
is
that's
that-
if
yeah,
you
it's-
win.
It's not like you're going home with $2,700.
Secondary
Yeah,
prize.
yeah, you're not
Yeah,
getting
but
anything.
sometimes it's not always smart because if you get it wrong and the other person bets everything and gets
And
it
they lose.
wrong, then
Okay, so
you'll
here's
win.
where it could work out for somebody, John. Like if you were keeping track of people's final scores, right? Like if you had kept like a log, you could do like a tournament of champions and invite everybody back who got over had
the
over
highest,
a certain amount
yeah.
or whatever, like they do on Jeopardy, and then just have a tournament of people who had like big wins or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
I get what you
Like the
mean. Yeah.
cutoff. That would be
But
the
Dino,
only.
what I mean is that like most people have like 3,000 or 4,000 points at the end, so
Not me and Vern.
you're kind of banking.
I had
Like if you don't bet
5,000.
at all, you're kind of banking that the
Well,
other guys are going to get
oh,
it
no, I
right,
think
and
what
you're going to be
happens
left
is-
with your 4,000 points.
I think
I
what
had
happens is like
10,000
last one,
400.
it was it pilots?
It was
Cloud Car Pilot. The
It was
Cloud Car
Cloud Car
Pilot.
Well, that
Pilot.
was the answer, but it was all about pilots. So people weren't,
I like to change my bet, Vern.
yeah,
Super John.
people weren't
fine.
confident
I
that
bet
they would know
$51.99.
pilot.
See, what I did is I bet the amount of dollars. I didn't even have this much. I only had like 1,000, but I
Right.
bet the
He
amount I
converted it
needed
to Canada.
to beat Sir Eric
Yeah.
to see if you guys would notice. But yeah, you guys figured it out.
The question, the answer was something about the guys who flew around in some orange piloted vehicle protecting Cloud City or something.
Yes, and
Yeah.
everybody got it wrong.
Except me.
No, because nobody said the correct answer. It's the twin pod cloud car pilot. Nobody
Not
said the word
on the
twin.
card, that's what it says.
I got it right
Says
because I said, what is
twin
one action figure
cloud
that's never
car
been in my
pod
kitchen?
pilot.
Prove it. Prove it.
You know, I
Where's
don't
the
even,
box?
and now that I'm looking at all my vintage figures, I don't even have a Cloud Car
Google
pilot.
it.
I
Oh,
think
no,
the
I
box
do. He's
says
at the top. I got him.
Pilot.
I got him. I
The
got him.
carded figure actually does say twin pod cloud car pilot.
I believe you. I do believe you, though.
You're it's like the only thing in life I know.
It's
Star Wars
kind of
stuff.
The only thing in life.
I don't.
The
Did
only
anyone
thing
get
in
a
life I
vintage
know.
Star Wars category question or on my
What?
stream? So thanks for doing that, Super John. You
Yeah,
made
there
me
you
look
go,
smart
right?
for like
Did you guys
4.5 minutes. I look brilliant.
Yeah. Did you guys figure out who won that little thing earlier?
Little thing.
Or
What
was
the-
there
eBay
a-
Oh,
contest?
right. Who won the
Oh,
eBay
no
thing?
one voted in the chat.
Yeah.
No one's. I think it was the band member Cowboy. That's what I think it was.
Mexidan?
Mexidan,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one was cool. I liked it.
Mega. It's Mexa Friggin'
Yeah, so tomorrow we have Toys and Fitness with Geek Strong and Dandy.
Nice.
So
Back
we'll do
at
some
it.
Toys and Fitness. Dan has some pretty fun exercises that he's going to promote and show us. And he actually got-
Kiwi only subscribed to Geekstone.
Yes,
he didn't
yeah.
subscribe to any of the rest of us.
Because
Not
none of our
even
links
Vern,
are
who's
listed
watching
only
right now.
to Dino.
No, he didn't.
Thank you.
subscribe.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, he only subscribed to the Geekstrong.
Make sure you check out my Saw Toonie Terrors video. That's one of my favorite ones. I love that video.
If you guys are struggling to find a birthday present for me for next week, if you go to my
Cloud
link,
Car Pilot.
I have a link to my Amazon wish list to help you guys out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. It's like a wedding
As a matter of fact,
registry.
let me put that right in the chat.
It's like
Pin
a
at the
wedding
top.
registry.
What?
It's like a wedding registry.
Yes, it is, and it is there. So feel free.
I have
There you
one, but
go.
I've never shared it with anyone. It's like my own private wish list.
Yeah. Oh, I have
That's
a
because
public.
he's got.
I
That's
do have
'cause
a
he's got
public one.
diapers and vitamins and other weird
Yeah.
things on it too.
If you go to my link I don't know if it's on my.
Maybe that's why nobody
Linktree,
ever sends me stuff.
But I do have. Yeah, I do have one.
I send you stuff.
I mean, other than Santa and Geek Strong.
Yeah. But
And
I did want to.
We have
same
lots of
thing.
great Santas in our community. That's awesome.
I swear I've sent a package to Rick.
Oh, I got
Probably
packages from
have.
everybody.
Had
I'm
to
still
have
waiting
happened
for
at
my
least
Jabba
once.
the Hutt pen. Where's my
I've
pen?
what I'm
three
waiting for?
packages for 3 of you people right here.
What I'm
Make
waiting
sure you
for
put in a
is
Gamorrean guard for me. Don't forget
Oh.
my Gamorrean guard.
I'm waiting for a $5
vintage
Craven
collection one.
Walmart action figure. Anyways, I wanted to thank Figure Fever for the $2 super chat that he gave us
Awesome. Thank
earlier.
you, Figure
I
Fever.
Yeah,
really
that was nice.
appreciated that.
He's gonna
Um,
split it between all of us. I want my
Yep.
25 cents.
Andy needs to buy the potato chip and split the potato chip between
right,
all of us
I will.
too,
I will buy the potato chip.
and split it between all of us. You have to break the potato chip into 5 pieces.
Hey,
we each have a part.
oh, that's cool. That's a Gourmet guard.
This
Yeah,
for,
I need
for
that for
Geek
my
Strong.
Razor Crest.
Can Rick
That's
show
not a
me
Power of the
the
Force, right?
the Marvel Legends Craven figure that's like in
Yes.
a bag?
Is that the
What did he
vintage
call it?
collection one?
A gourmet? Did he call it a gourmet guard? Like it's gourmet?
That's actually
Gar-
5.
He works in the kitchen.
What?
That's 5 for
He
him.
called it a gourmet guard or something like that.
Why you got it all packaged up? The package was all bashed
Hey,
up.
Vern, I have this harness set for like a 3 3/4 horse.
Oh yeah, for my
'Cause
Lone
I think
Ranger.
you needed one of those, right?
Yeah, for the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
also
How I got
want
the
you to give me a
pistol?
list of vintage Star Wars figures you don't have.
Okay. Do you know how I got the pistols for my Lone Ranger? Dan sent me a photo and said, "Hey, is there anything in here you need?" And it was like this picture from like 10 feet away from like the table with like a bunch of stuff scattered on it. And
Wow.
all I did was my eyes went right to these 2 little pistols.
I can do
They were like little
one
ants in the picture, and I was like,
Yeah.
I need those.
Vern, did you watch my latest pickup video?
I haven't got a chance to watch it yet.
I picked up some spoiler Zorro figures of that line.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So,
they're
so
really
when are
cool.
those coming?
They're the same
Before
as
my
like
birthday?
the Lone
Before
Ranger.
my birthday on Saturday?
Yeah, oh yeah. When are they coming to you?
Well, yeah. Isn't that why you're telling me?
Yeah.
You know what I noticed? I had my my Perseus sitting on top of the Pegasus for such a long time. Now he does.
I need that one.
Like a gated stance, so he doesn't like stand like he used to anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to put elastic bands around his legs.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
That's
See
the
ya.
one figure I need. Do you have the Kraken?
I don't, but my birthday's coming up.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Dino.
I need Pegasus, so I'll.
Oh, there's
I'll
a
swap
new
you Lone
member
Ranger for
on.
Pegasus.
There's a new member
Oh.
on Cat's stream last name. His name was Phil McCracken,
Uh-huh.
and he has a lot of the same stuff that Chip has. It's weird, or maybe that was this morning on Bob's Lego Ego stream or something.
I will tell you this
My
though.
ego.
Next week, not only am I going to be older than you, all of you guys, again,
older
I'm going to
last
be
week
even
too, Vern.
more older than you guys.
I think I'm older than you.
I
Vern.
just turned 51, Vern. I just turned 51.
I got you beat.
Really?
I'm still 29.
I'm 54.
I'm the youngest person
Wait, when did you turn 54?
on this channel.
I'll be 55 in June.
Oh, Dino's the old one here.
What are all you
My-
55-year-old guys buying toys for, man? You guys
My-
are insane.
My parents said that I can no longer be the vintage geek because I turned 51. I now have to be the ancient Greek. Or
Gary's
geek.
got us all.
You
He
qualify
wins.
as vintage, John.
Gary's got
Just
everyone.
established the definition of vintage retro.
Yeah, I have till 99. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can. Yeah,
I'm
So-
going to be. I'm going to be.
Ancient is not a word we ever want to
54
be
on
called.
Saturday.
ancient.
Yeah. You were born in 70 then, right?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, I was born in 69.
I was born in 71, and yet I'm still
So-
29.
So here's an
Wow.
interesting-
So Dino, I have a brother that was born in June of '69 that my mother gave up for adoption.
Really?
Is that you? Is that you? Should we get you
We've been
your
doing the
DNA
same
tested?
thing. We have the same kind of.
Family
We've been
reunion.
doing this all stream. So
So
we have
let
to
me
get
ask
your
you a
DNA
question.
tested.
There you go, Dandy. Beard game strong.
Hold on.
If you keep doing that, it'll grow.
Yeah,
Was it?
keep it growing. Keep it growing.
I shaved it. I shaved mine this morning.
Okay. Oh, I thought for some reason I was trying to go back because I know that Chinese New Year's coming up. It's going to be the year of the dragon. And I was trying to remember what year in the 60s was year of the dragon, but it was 1964.
See, I'm the year of the ox.
Yeah.
I think I'm the monkey.
I'm the year of the hammerhead.
I'm the year of the dog.
Hasn't ever happened yet. It will happen soon.
Vern, Dan, what are you? The year of the what?
Dragon? Oh, that was 74 then.
Here's a question for you since we're on that topic. Were dragons ever real?
Of course they were.
And if not, why is there like a year of the monkey, year of the
76.
boar, year of all real animals, and then a dragon?
Dragons were real. They still are real.
They must be. So
if you go to Komodo Island, There's dragons there.
Knows. Year of the horse for Mr. B.
The Komodo dragon.
Did Bigfoot ride them?
Gary's ground.
I actually don't know what I am. The year of the what? What is 69? What is that?
I have to look at the whole calendar.
That's the year of giddy.
Yeah,
it could be the year of the duck. I think I'm the year of the duck.
That's it. Year of the duck.
The year of the bicep.
Yeah.
So Gary
you mentioned ducks, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's a rooster.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do they call it cock? Year of the cock.
60 is the year of the rat.
All right, are we done?
All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyways, thanks for joining us, everybody, for going over the Chinese New Year's.
Bye-bye.
For our Star Wars podcast, 25 years of podcast celebration at the beginning.
Anyone listening is not going to be able to see any of the stuff that we were looking at as we were talking about.
Are we still number one?
Yeah, but we talked about it as we pulled stuff up, right? I mean,
yeah, but they're not going to know what the band member cowboy looks like.
Know, yeah, but they're going to know it's so funny they got to come over and watch this video later.
Yeah,
they didn't see that band member with the hat?
No.
Oh,
not if
really?
they're listening to it. Not if they're just listening.
After today's show, we will be the number one Star Wars podcast too, right?
Yeah.
You're going to go edit that website later today?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to put that up there. Anyway, so we are going to release the audio like we do every week as a podcast. You can pick up the podcast anywhere that you listen to podcasts. I even think that I saw that it was on Google Podcasts, and we had like 16 plays only on Google Podcasts last week.
Wow.
Kind of interesting.
So how are they going to see me showing my toys?
What?
That's what I mean. They can't see it.
Yeah, they don't need to see it.
You should have described it better. You need to describe everything.
You guys got to keep that in mind in the future. Dino, you should go. I'm going to be standing up from my chair now and running into my enormous toy room behind me to go through my massive collection of toys to find one action figure from 1973. All right.
I was drinking every time he got up and got something.
You lit up.
Yeah, we had a thing. Every time Dino gets to go find something, we take a shot.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. What?
7 items today.
All right. We'll see you guys next week on the
Kiwi's catching up.
Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys,
and TV and movies too.